ESPN app, your Alexa smart speaker, streaming live video, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and, of course, on WisconsinOnDemand.com and the Wisconsin On Demand app. I'm Jason Wilde in Green Bay. Jesse Nelson and his Pirate Trivia are in the Everlight Solar ESPN Madison studios and from his undisclosed location. He is the Packers Hall of Famer. He is Mr. Locke LaBelle. He is Mark Tauscher. Tausch, good morning. How are you?
I'm doing well. I played pretty good yesterday. I had if I would have putted better, could have been in that really low 80s, high 70s. Ended up shooting mid 80s. So, Jason, I have to say, I think you're breaking 200. I can't wait to see it. I think you're going to break 200.
Well, now, wait. What has prompted your shift on that? Was the course set up? You're going to go out there, though. They love you over there. So you're going to go out there if I eventually do agree to do this, and you're going to have them set up the course more difficultly than they did for you yesterday.
If you really think that I'm going to call the superintendent to set things up a certain way, you're crazy. But I will say, there's water, there's trouble, but I think you'll be able to navigate through it. And 200, played with a guy yesterday, struggled pretty big time, and he wasn't close to that. So I think 200, I may have been underestimating you. So I feel better about you breaking 200.
It's happened to me a lot. Is this a shift in psychology, or is this
Maybe.
the honest opinion?
You'll have to figure that out. No, I legitimately think you'll break 200 now. I don't think you'll go over.
All right. Well, I've got my swing
you
coach. I've got my caddy. We're making progress toward this. I got to get some practice shots in.
Before the Packers season gets fired up, I think we go down there. And we do it.
I got to get some clubs then. I'll put that on my list of things to find on Facebook Marketplace. So you were pleased with how you played?
I'm very happy. Yep. Again, and they got the old porch. They got Papa's porch. There's a couple of new things that were in play that I hadn't noticed in the past couple times. So another great day down at Locke LaBelle. A little chillier. I like golfing with a vest. And I thought, it's going to be a gorgeous day. Looked at the forecast. Have to admit it was chillier than I thought. Wish I would have brought my vest. Always bring a vest.
Vestless.
Is what I learned. No vest.
Maybe you would have been in the high 70s.
A little chillier than I thought.
Had you worn your vest?
Maybe, but probably not.
Jesse.
So but all in all, good day.
I've obviously never golfed with Tausch. My last trip around the track was for the 2006 Trifecta Foundation outing.
It's been a while.
Will Whitaker, thank you for your service and for losing 20 balls just like I did on the, what was that, the bowl? Is that where we did that? Mm-hmm. You've played with Tausch. How would you assess his game? Because that's pretty impressive.
He's good.
That he's not happy with his putting and he was still in the mid-80s.
Yeah, he's good. He's good. My question, when Jason does this, we haven't talked about one parameter yet. Are we riding in a cart for 18 or are we walking the 18? Because I
think Locke LaBelle, you want a cart. I think you want a cart. Big course, a lot of space that you're covering. You could walk, and there's plenty of people that do. Normally when I golf, I walk, but when we go to Locke LaBelle, I always cart. So I don't want Jason having any, my legs are tired, anything like that.
Because that would impact how I would put my prize picks down on over/under total strokes for Jason in this competition. That definitely would play a factor.
I am going to go less on the 200. I'm going less, which I don't think I was ever going to say earlier. But yeah, we're going to go less, and we're going to get a date on the calendar. This is going to be a lot of fun. And then I saw this. I'm going to send this video over to you guys. There is a tree at Locke LaBelle that on Holy Friday, which for us Catholics and religious folks, Holy Friday is a important day. Mm-hmm. This tree burnt through the night, ultimately fell to the ground on Resurrection Sunday with no lightning strike. I had not seen this. This was the other thing I had not seen. I'll send you the picture. It makes you think.
I honestly thought this was from the pun calendar.
I did too.
Because he was like holding something on the video, and I was waiting
not
for
a
the
pun.
payoff about a burning
send it over to
bush
you
or
guys
something
right now.
else.
So what video are you gonna send of a standing
It's not a video.
tree?
It's a picture.
Is it
Okay,
burning
yeah.
in the
Picture with
the
the
photo?
Listen, the Loch Lobellians can tell you what exactly happened. I don't know. All I'm telling you is there is a placard next to this tree by my favorite par 5. It makes you think. That's all I'm going to say. It made me think.
The
I
site of the
can't speak
burning
for others.
bush that Moses was at?
I
Is that
just
what
sent
this-
it. You guys can take a look at it.
Okay, and just
Not a burning bush.
Holy Friday
burning
and
tree.
Good Friday are the same day, right? That's just a
Correct.
Catholic
So it's Holy
versus
Thursday
Lutheran
and then Good
deal.
Friday. I don't know much about the Lutheran faith, so I
Well,
can't. help
I
you.
call it Good Friday. And this happened this
Yeah, so do I.
past Good Friday because there's a date on your placard. So this isn't like a story
yeah.
that's been told for when they first opened over 100 years ago. On Holy Friday, 4/15/22.
That'd be a year ago.
That was last year,
This is
yeah.
23. Yeah.
That's true. This tree burnt through the night. The tree ultimately fell to the ground on resurrection. I'm sorry. I don't understand.
What don't you understand?
Well, like if on Resurrection Sunday everyone woke up and it was blooming again, like it was a brand new tree and nothing
like
had
it was
happened.
standing up after it had
Right.
fallen down.
Right. That would be the resurrection of the tree.
Slightly more miraculous.
I don't think we know exactly what happened. It was a potential
the
act
placard
of God
pretty
that
clearly
this
says
tree-
what happened.
Well, let me read it again. Maybe I'm mistaken.
Fell to the ground on Resurrection Sunday.
So you
no
guys
lightning.
you guys were hoping that the tree resurrected itself
Yeah.
and is like
It is
a
risen.
blooming azalea?
Yeah, it is risen. It is risen indeed, is what I was looking for at the end of that placard,
Okay,
and
well,
that's
I don't
not
know.
there.
All I know is my spirituality peaked again yesterday when I drove by that tree. That's all I know.
I don't want
All
to
right.
besmirch it, but so the tree started
like you
on
do.
fire and fell down on Easter. Okay.
Right, and it's dead now, right? Like it's not like, I mean, it's all charred. All right, well, we're gonna. We'll, cool story, tree.
Wow.
All right, well, while Tausch was having a religious awakening at Loch Lobel by the tree of burnt Good Friday, I was talking to Homer.
Okay.
And I had mentioned, which is also a religious experience to some degree, and I mentioned to him how I got the impression yesterday, and Tausch, correct me if I'm wrong in reading our fans yesterday, but I thought we had a very optimistic group when we were talking about the Packers' chances for next season. It felt like there was a lot of optimism coming in
I'd
via
agree
either
with
the
that.
text line or on social media. And Homer said, look, I don't care what they said. Poll how many wins they think the Packers are going to have, and that'll tell you how optimistic they are. Now, I have said that if I am pinned down on a record, I'm going 6-11. We have talked a lot about how, hey, I could see them going 9-8. A couple things go their way, they make the playoffs. Have you, at any point, pinned yourself down on what you are predicting their record will be?
No, not yet. It's too early for me to do that. I will. I'll do it around training camp again and get a chance to see what these guys look like with actual pads on and how some of these young guys look. But I understand why there's optimism. I can understand, just in looking at, this idea of making a futures bet and the fact that there's so many, I guess you could look at it from both perspectives, that there's too many players that have futures bets that could pay off big and you don't have enough experienced talent, or you could say, man, a lot of opportunity to grow as a football team. That's where Packer fans are. I think we are looking at it from, wow, there's a lot of opportunity to grow with what these young guys have, and that's why there is a lot of optimism. And there's also a lot of optimism because there's not a ton of expectation. There has always been, I think, this feeling of, Well, we need to win a Super Bowl or this season sucks. That's what this has been for the last decade.
Yeah, that's true.
And I think while I always want that to be the case, I don't want it to be win 8 games and feel great about yourself. I think there's a burden that comes with that from a fan standpoint that you can't really experience a ton of joy unless you get that. You sometimes lose those experiences as you're getting there because it feels like if you don't, it's a failure. That is not going to be the case with this football team. And I think fans have really embraced that part of it.
So let me clarify. So you believe that they go 8-9 this year, it will be cause for somewhat celebration, whereas 8-9 last year, people were really, really ticked off.
Yeah, I would say this. I think fans would be more excited about a 8-9, 9-8 season with the potential to steal a playoff spot with this football team than the season 2 years ago where they went 13-4 and got beat at home in a divisional round. I think Packer fans would enjoy that more than the season of 13-4 losing to San Fran at home, because you expected, you thought, you knew, and then when you get your gut ripped out, you kind of are, ugh. You now get a reset as a fan to get back to kind of the basics of enjoying your football team without having these monstrous expectations. And I think sometimes that's good. I don't want to see that for a very long time, a long period of time, because that means you're middling. But when you reset like the Green Bay Packers have, you also get to reset as a fan, and I think that's where you're seeing all this optimism coming from.
In any way, is that, I don't want to say hypocritical. That's not the word I'm seeking. But for, like, the idea of being happier about an 8-9 team that misses the playoffs, but the arrow is pointing up, than you were about a team that won 13 games over the course of an 18-week season. And yes, it sucked that their special teams was bad, their offense was bad, and they lost to San Francisco. And once again, Jimmy Garoppolo had to do basically nothing, and they still lost. Mm-hmm. That doesn't sit right with me. But again, I'm not a fan, and you have a better pulse on that than I do. But the idea that you went through a season, you watched your team win 13 games, and you didn't get the joy that should come with winning those games and seeing one of the greatest players in NFL history win a 4th MVP, and you'll get more joy out of watching these young guys win 8 games or maybe fewer. It just makes me feel like maybe we are underappreciating how freaking hard it is to win in this league and how impressive, despite the disappointments that, as Johan mentioned, they've lost their last 3 season-ending games at Lambeau Field. And if you don't get that reference, that's John Anderson, who you can hear with Gabe Neitzel on Wisconsin On Demand during their packed lunch conversation. That feels like it's cheapening the value of the week-to-week success that the Packers have had for the last decade plus when Aaron Rodgers was the quarterback. Am I misreading that? Am I being unfair?
I'm surprised you have to ask that question. Yeah, I think there's no doubt you've been paying attention, and to the same respect, some of that is with the Milwaukee Bucks. When you're really good, the regular season loses some of its value. And while you still will appreciate the big games, do you really feel like Packer fans were super into, let's say the Tennessee Titan game? Now, they should have been, because it ended up being a blank and blank show on that Thursday night. But, yeah, you get the expectation. You think the Kansas City Chiefs fans aren't going to get a little entitled and a little spoiled by all their success? And all of a sudden, if they have a couple of years where you start seeing a dip or you don't get it done, it's going to continue to mount. That's the price you pay for greatness, is that you're going to have a lot of disappointment too unless you always climb the mountain.
If they start the season 2-7, will people say, boy, I wish I would have appreciated those 13-4 seasons more?
It's a great question. I don't think so. I think we are who we are. And the fact that this team was able to get to 2 NFC championship games and then get back to being 13-4 and get your, just play your worst game of the season and you get beat, I think people were sick and tired of that. I think they wanted something new. Now, new doesn't always mean better, but they just wanted something new.
Yeah.
Well, here you go. You got something new, and I think Packer fans are fully embracing this, and part of it is because they're sick of Aaron, but also part of it is I think they're tired of having those expectations on them as a fan base too. And when you don't reach them, it can be very frustrating.
We'll get to how that poll currently stands on your prediction for wins coming up. New doesn't necessarily mean better, except when it comes to Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, because then it's always better than those leaky, creaky, squeaky, stinky windows that you had previously.
Indeed it is. And Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, it's like having your own personal barista for windows and doors. Pella's design options, they are virtually limitless, and they're even more customizable than your morning cup of coffee. Their wood windows and patio doors can be painted, they can be stained, they can be left bare to complement your home's unique decor. The beautiful part is they stand the test of time. It's why Pella confidently offers the best wood window warranty in the entire industry. Bundle and save when you customize that order by August 31st. You can get started today at PellaWI.com.
I'm going to have my own personal barista tonight, I think, or my own personal hot dog-ista. I'll tell you a little bit about that later. But first, we'll get to your votes in our poll question from yesterday's conversation I had with Homer. Next, it's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Mark Tauscher here for Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie, the name you can trust. Have you made your plans yet for any big summer road trips? Heading up to a Northwoods cabin, across the state for a big sports tournament, or out of town for a wedding weekend? Well, whatever road trip you're planning, it's a good idea before you go to take advantage of the detailing service over at Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie. The interior detail is the deep clean you know your car needs. God, do I know our car does with all the stinky hockey equipment and baseball. The carpet and upholstery need to be shampooed. Leather, vinyl surfaces are dressed. Interior windows are cleaned from your dash to your doors. Every interior surface gets that thorough cleaning your car needs. And maybe, for us for sure, most importantly, your vehicle gets fully deodorized. And the exterior detail is much more than a car wash. It includes getting rid of tar and bugs, a light buffing, a wax, a deep cleaning of the wheels, and much, much more. It will make your vehicle feel as new as the day you first drove it off the lot. Check it out. To learn more, go to ZimbrickChevrolet.com. That's ZimbrickChevrolet.com. It's all in the detail. The fantastic detailing service at Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie is the name you can trust.
Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max.
Are we saying that Daniel Jones and Dak Prescott are the same thing pretty much?
I'd probably say they're probably close to being even because they both can run. They both can run. Dak Prescott has done a little bit more because he's been in the league longer.
Yeah.
And he's been a starter. So I would probably say close to the same.
I think Dak is better.
Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max. Weekday mornings 5 to 9 on 100.5 ESPN.
For official rules and more information about every contest on 100.5 ESPN, visit ESPNWisconsinContests.com. That's ESPNWisconsinContests.com. You're listening to 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN app.
Ready for summer travel? Start with a trip to Blaine's Farm and Fleet. We have unbeatable deals on automotive supplies and service to give you peace of mind out on the road. Like all Michelin and BF Goodrich tires now on sale with an extra $50 instant savings when you buy 4. Fram Ultra Oil Filters start at just $9.99. Plus, save $100 on a 192-piece DeWalt Mechanics tool set, a perfect last-minute Father's Day gift.
Find value at Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Forward Madison FC's professional soccer season is in full swing at Breeze Stevens Field. The Flamingos' next home game is Thursday, June 22nd on the eve of National Pink Flamingo Day. FMFC is celebrating Madison's most iconic plastic mascot with a special goal, breaking the unofficial world record for most people standing on one leg at once. To purchase single-game tickets and packages for this record-setting match, head to forwardmadisonfc.com. Forward Madison, fun for all.
Show us your Guinness, Wisconsin. You could be golfing for free.
It's in the hole.
Guinness wants to send you to the course with Dad. Tee Off with Dad is going on now, and you could win a round of golf or two this summer at the Bridges Golf Course or the Meadows of 6 Mile Creek. Stop by and enjoy a pint at World of Beer, Club Lamarck, Tanner's, or the Silver Eagle Bar and Grill. While there, scan the QR code to enter. It's Tee Off with Dad from Guinness. Good things come to those who wait.
This summer is packed. ESPN Madison's Packed Summer Series kicks off with the return of Packed Lunch with Gabe Neitzel. Tune into ESPN Madison social channels every day from June 12th through 16th for exclusive green and gold content. It's Packed Lunch with Gabe Neitzel all week long starting at noon on ESPN Madison social channels.
Wilde and Tausch on 100.5 ESPN is brought to you by Everlight Solar. Save money, save the planet. Everlight Solar.
When I was a young boy living in the city, all I did was run. Staring at the lights, they look so pretty. Mama said, son, you're gonna grow up, you're gonna get old. All that glitter don't turn to gold. But until then, just have your fun. Boy, run.
Getting lots of texts about the It is risen indeed tree at Lac La Belle.
By the way, is the tree back up, or is it, like, I guess that's where I don't
The tree is standing. So that's, like, again.
Well, what's left of it is standing.
Yeah.
So the tree fell on Easter Sunday, and then I guess we're missing that part of the story. Like, how did the tree get back up?
You guys are all acting like it's some satanic tree. The tree is back up. That's standing. That's where I took the picture.
Well,
is it not?
Well, I don't know. Like, I'm not here to critique your photography work, but have you?
Okay.
Is this the entirety of the tree?
It is what it is. I mean, I took the picture. That's the tree.
All right. So at the top of the photo, we'll tweet this out.
Mm-hmm.
There appears to either be some more tree to go, or you just crop the photo at the exact point that the tree ends. When I think of a tree, I'm expecting branches and whatever else. Is there more to the tree, or is this just what's left of the tree and the rest fell down and nothing really was resurrected?
The fact that anything is left standing is a resurrection. I don't know what you guys aren't understanding about.
Is it growing again?
I don't know. I mean, maybe. I don't know. I didn't dig that deep into it.
Well, I think the sign needs more information. We love our Lac La Belle partnership. If they could tell a more detailed story of this, is it growing again? You were there. Okay. You saw it. Did you see sprouts on said tree?
I was trying to keep up with pace of play, so I don't know.
Okay, you were trying to you were trying to break 70 or 65 or whatever it was at the U.S. Open yesterday. A lot of 62s on the board.
I don't believe I'll ever break 70, but I break 80 at least once or twice a year. There you go. There's the tree.
So if you're watching, if you're listening on the radio, no, there's not the tree. On the video stream, there is the tree. It looks to me to be a dead tree that burned, and a hazard that if you hit the ball into the crevices that have been created by the burning, you're not getting your ball back.
It does look cool. Like, I would love to see the tree when I play Lac La Belle next. Like, it will be cool to see.
It looks like it's out of a horror movie, and it's going to like reach across and grab you like in Beauty and the Beast.
It kind of looks like a dinosaur or an alien kind of like put its claws through it.
Yeah, Predator. The Predator.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, there's a lot of the beautiful part of art is there's a lot of interpretation. You guys can go all satanic on you if you want. I'm not going to go down that route. I'm looking at it from a positive standpoint.
Yes. Well, I'm glad it had a positive effect and had you thinking about your faith.
I went par. I went birdie par after I saw that.
Divine intervention.
Hallelujah.
In your game?
I don't know. Hit a great drive on. It is my favorite. That is my favorite golf hole. That par 5, 16. That's where this tree,
you're on in the green and
or
two,
whatever you guys want to call it, alien invested debris. However you want to look at it, I looked at it in a positive. Wow, what an ordeal that tree's been through, and it's still maybe not growing, but it's still there. I think that's a great lesson for people. Don't let lightning or whatever magically happened that night bring you down. Get back up. That's what that tree did. Look at that beautiful thing.
It's a great lesson.
That's art.
It's a great lesson for you kids out there. If you're struck by lightning, don't let it get you down. Even if you're never growing again, like this tree is no longer growing. Did you not read it?
It was not struck by lightning.
Yeah, but that's what you said. You said if you get struck by lightning, it's a good lesson.
I said it was not struck by lightning. Doesn't it say right there it was not struck by lightning?
On Holy Friday, 4/15/22, this tree burned through the night. The tree ultimately fell to the ground on Resurrection Sunday morning. No lightning. Yep.
Exactly. So you guys think this is a satanic tree, is what I'm hearing.
In what I understand of the Christian faith,
I look at this more like Lazarus. This tree has come back from the ashes and is still here. Why did it not burn all the way through? Why is it still here? Why it's so hard for you guys to understand that?
All right, well, we'll get this onto our social media channels and see if we can get some clarification. I love it when we do this show and my cheeks hurt from laughing so much. We will get to how that poll was resulting, see what kind of faith, get it, Packers fans have in this team, because they certainly don't have proof of how good it might be. What I do have proof of, though, is how good our relationship is and how good Steinhafels is when it comes to furniture. I think we have on our schedule another one of our visits there. I just saw in my memories a picture pop up of Tausch and your kids and me and our kids at Steinhafels a year ago yesterday. We had a great time there.
Oh, wow.
I wasn't underdressed like I had been the previous time I'd been to the Green Bay store. Doesn't matter how you dress, you're always going to get great deals at Steinhafels. And right now, this is the last weekend of Steinhafels' amazing Buy More, Save More sale. Take an extra $100 off of your purchase of $1,999 or more, $200 off your purchase of $2,999 or more, or $300 off your purchase of $3,999 or more. And that's all after you get their great prices to start with. So the more you buy, the more you save. Refresh your home with a new bedroom set, a cozy sofa, or a new dining set, and you'll even find special mattress deals, too. Steinhafels has something for everyone. So shop today both in-store and online at steinhafels.com. We'll get to your poll results. 85% of you are in one specific group. We'll tell you what group that is next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, driven by Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie on 100.5 ESPN. See their full inventory at ZimbrickChevrolet.com.
Since J&K Security Solutions opened in 1987, our attention to detail and customer service have been our strongest assets. I'm President Jeffrey Beckman. We'll always do our best to find the most efficient and cost-effective solution to every job we tackle. Whether it's security for your home or business, installing video surveillance, or being able to control your garage doors from your phone, we can help you feel empowered with simple and user-friendly technology. Let's work together to secure your home or business. jksecurity.com.
Are you dreaming of a new look? Let the pros at 5 Star Painting bring color to your world, to your interior, exterior, cabinets, and more. We make it easy with online scheduling, free on-site estimates, and a dedicated project manager on every job. Uneasy about hiring a contractor? We know, we've been there. 5 Star Painting is customer-focused and quality-driven, exceeding expectations every time. Call or visit 5starpainting.com today. 5 Star Painting, a neighborly company.
From color-changing alexandrite to shimmering zircon and everything in between at Chalmers Jewelers, you'll find high-quality, affordable, one-of-a-kind pieces. We source straight from the gem cutters, and we manufacture in-house from start to finish. As the manufacturer, we believe in truth in pricing. Never pay more for quality and stunning, beautiful jewelry. She's one of a kind, and so should her jewelry be. While others may send your jewelry dreams to someone else to make, with us, your dreams become reality with the help of our custom jewelers, with you involved the whole way. With a staff that has over 200 years of combined experience, why buy from a place that marks up jewelry made by the thousands? When you can buy direct from Chalmers for that one-of-a-kind piece that is better quality, often for less.
Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton
and Madison.
The GRB Rays have established themselves as one of the top baseball programs in the Midwest and the country. Looking for a team to play for in the spring and summer of 2024? Rays tryouts begin in July and August, and sign-ups are open now. Since 2010, the Rays have developed over 370 college players, including over 140 players committed to Division I baseball and 17 MLB draft picks. Rays Baseball. Raise your game.
Brunch is back at all the Madison area Great Dane pubs. Every Saturday and Sunday from 10 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. Enjoy a robust brunch menu, ranging from the classic Daner's breakfast to the Playa burrito, and everything sweet and savory in between. And featuring specialty mimosas, cocktails, and mocktails, it's everything you'd expect from brunch at the Great Dane. Check it out on Saturdays and Sundays at your favorite spot, downtown, Hilldale, Fitchburg, or East Madison. For more information, head to GreatDanePub.com/brunch. Pick your pub and let's do brunch.
A year from now, the U.S. Open will return to Pinehurst Resort and Donald Ross's masterpiece, Pinehurst No. 2. Named by the USGA as the U.S. Open's first anchor site, Pinehurst is home to 9 championship golf courses, the Cradle Short Course, and 4 historic hotels. Before the game's best players are faced with the famed turtleback greens that Ross nestled into the sandhills of North Carolina, you can test your game against one of the world's best courses. At Pinehurst, it is someone's U.S. Open every day. Visit Pinehurst.com now to plan your stay.
Hi, I'm Medicine Money Guy, Christian Finfrock with Retirement Income Strategies. And what sets us apart is we're an independent, family-run office. We help clients like you understand the financial world and build a portfolio that's in your best interest. To learn more, go to MadisonMoneyGuy.com.
When you're injured, call Wisconsin's own Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all. Proudly serving Wisconsin for over 30 years and proudly partnering with Wilde and Tausch. Miss any of the show? Find it with Wisconsin On Demand. Presented by Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Hey, this is Craig Karmazin, founder of Good Karma Brands. Join Kyle Wallace and me every Sunday morning from 10 to noon for Sunday Karma here on 100.5 ESPN and Wisconsin On Demand.
I don't ever wanna feel like I did that day. Take me to the place I love. Take me all the way. I don't ever wanna feel like I did that day. Take me to the place I love. Take me all the way.
Jesse, I have to ask about the video feed. So everyone can watch Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and if you want, I really do enjoy when people send in like us on their big 70-inch televisions. I don't necessarily like the way I look, but it's awesome that you're tuning in that fashion. You can always tweet those in or text them in 844-770-3776. But I'm looking at the current video stream, and it's almost as if Tausch is standing on one side of the tree and I'm standing on the other side of the tree at Lac La Belle. Graphically, do we have no other little higher tech to include this photo other than just slapping it on top of us?
We're figuring that out.
Well, I'm still trying to figure out the high school pirate names that I was trying to do trivia in between breaks as we're doing a digital TV show, and it wouldn't stay there.
Yeah.
So I couldn't. I got 2 of them, Bayport and Pewaukee, but there was 10 of them, and I couldn't ask. I was like, can we get more?
We tried to debut trivia earlier this week on the video stream. We ran into some difficulties, so
it's
we're
a work in progress.
Soft launch.
Whip.
Everybody's along with
Total
us.
whip. Totally understand, but I still want answers. I understand that there's some glitches and it's not perfect. But what were the other pirate names of the high schools? Can you give me two a session here? That what do they begin with? And I'll continue to work on that as we keep doing the show.
Okay, there was a W that's in the Madison area.
Okay.
And
Waupun?
Waupun? Are we really going to do this all show?
Is this what we're going to do?
All right, what's the other letter? And then we'll move on.
Gosh, I got P. Give me a P.
Oh,
Milwaukee
yeah,
area.
Pewaukee.
Yeah, you got okay.
Yeah,
there you go. All right.
I already said Pewaukee and Bayport, Jesse.
Well,
okay.
I gotta find. You think I just know these off the top of my head?
I do.
A lot of research went into this. I don't remember the others. I will have to look them up. Oh, FR.
FR.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. All right.
Good
Let's
luck.
move
All
on.
right, I have the just for the record, I have the list in front of me. If you really, how would you like to do this? Because I want you to be happy. Our show is better when you are happy. So you would like this every segment? You'd like 2 of them?
2 a segment, yeah. And people can chime in on the talk and text line if they know it. So the W is in the Madison area. FR is where, Jesse, so I can get a better idea?
Madison, I don't know if I would say this is in the Madison area. It's Madison area-ish.
Do they get Madison TV channels or Milwaukee TV channels? I got friends that live there.
Questions.
You are
All right,
familiar.
so that's what we're basing it on?
Yeah. I can give you another clue, but I think it would give it away.
Right.
So, FR is if you
FR.
between Madison and Beaver Dam. Between Madison and Beaver Dam.
Okay.
That's what we'll play for now.
All right. Let's move on. I'm going
That's probably
chime
good.
in away as Jason talks.
Okay. Now I have clues for you that I've been writing down and typing up, so now I'm distracted. So thank you for your service. I want to get to where this poll stands, and I want to get your response to it.
I'm going to say Fall River. My friends, our friend Suda just told me Fall River is one of the pirates.
What
Is
do you
that
mean? You're
correct?
going to
All right.
say? Somebody said
Thank
the
you,
answer.
Suda. Much appreciated from Suda. Thank you. The Fall River Pirates.
Yarr.
See, I'm trying to build up for trivia here, Jason. It's not like I'm just doing this haphazardly. There's a thought process. The W, I think it's Waupun, but maybe it's not Waupun Pirates. Why are we?
I think you got a misleading. I think you got a misleading clue.
Okay,
that's my opinion.
Whitnall. Whitnall.
How about this?
You have to go through Marshall to get there.
Waterloo?
See, I was going to
Yes!
say instead of the Pirates, they could be the Napoleons. All right, so now you've got 2 of your Pirates.
I thought you were going to say you have to take a real trek to get there. That would have been.
That would have been good too. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so we got 4 of the 10. All right, so everybody, hold on to your hats. We'll try to get all 10 before the end of the show.
I've only got 9 on my list.
Yeah, there's only 9.
Jesse said
no,
it was
there's
10.
there's
no,
9.
It's only 9. Okay. All right.
Unless the Hortonville Polar Bears are going to make the switch to the Pirates. Arr. So here's where the poll question stands, if I may. And I don't want to poo-poo this, but 85% of the respondents are saying 7 to 10 wins, which I don't feel like is as optimistic as maybe I was getting the vibe Yesterday. So the question is simply, how many games do you believe the Packers will win in 2023? 11 or more, polling at 4.1%. That would be hyper optimistic. We agree?
Yeah, very hyper.
Definitely.
Yeah.
9 to 10, 39.2%. 7 or 8 with the plurality of votes at 45.7%. And then 6 or fewer is at 11%. Tausch, interpret that data as if you actually did have a role at 565 Analytics.
Yeah, I really think that people are starting to come around with one of the people up in Green Bay that said Jordan Love would have led last year's team to 8 or 9 wins. And I think they're looking at it from a very optimistic perspective that Jordan Love will not turn the football over and will be as good as a subpar for him Aaron Rodgers was last year. That, I think, is where the optimism is coming from.
Do you think they're right?
No, I don't. But I can see this team. So I don't believe that Jordan Love will have the same type of season as Aaron had, even with the busted thumb and everything else. But I do think that the rest of the roster is going to be better. So how is that going to balance itself out? That's why we play the games, and that's why we're going to have a ton of fun watching this team. But, yeah, if I had to, right now, 7 to 9 wins is about where this team should be. If they go over that, I think they've exceeded expectations. If they win less than 7, I think it's even with a new quarterback, I think it'd be disappointing for everybody. So the league is built to be average. Everybody should be in that 8 to 10 win range. That's what the league wants. Some organizations can't get there. Some organizations continue to overproduce. Green Bay has been an overproducer because they've had the ace up their sleeve with great quarterback play. We don't know if we have that now. So that's where all of this variance comes from, but I don't think it's overly optimistic for this team to be exactly where they were last year, but a whole different mentality from our fans as far as where they're going, because we all felt Aaron's time is coming to an end and we have to move forward. That puts more pressure on you to win immediately, where now I don't think Jordan Love is going to feel that.
Is there a scenario where people don't feel good about any of this? If
this team wins 8 or 9 games, how are you not going to feel good about where they're at?
What if they win 6?
There is if you get off to an 8-1 start and then you collapse. That would be the only. I don't see any other way. If this team is 5-6 and then 6-7 and then 7-8 and then finishes 9-8, there's nobody that's going to say we should have been a lot better.
Right, I agree with you.
If they could stay in and compete and be right in that meaty part of the mean with all of the cap space that is dead, all of the potential things you have to look forward to, with the development of a bunch of young players showing that they're good, Packer fans will be ecstatic. And then if you steal a couple extra and you get to 10 or 11, you're going to end up with a coach of the year and an executive of the year if you get there.
And if you end up 6-11 and the Jets play in the AFC Championship game,
you'd be pretty disappointed.
Look, I am a doubter in 2023, and I am a early believer in 2024. I think it's going to be rough.
You can't really be an early believer if you don't know if you have quarterback figured out.
Yeah,
I don't know how you can make that statement.
I'll tell you why I make that statement. It's because I believe that Jordan Love is going to have a ton of growing pains in the first 2/3 of the season. I think he's going to make some pretty big mistakes. They're going to lose a game or two because he throws a bad interception. I don't think their defense is going to carry them, just like their defense was supposed to carry them last year while they figured it out offensively, and I don't think they really qualified to do that. Their special teams is that much better, but quite frankly, I think teams are going to kick away from Keyshawn Nixon to try and neutralize him, and I don't think their special teams are going to give them a huge boost. And so I think we're going to get 2/3 of the way through the season, and they're going to be in some less than ideal shape. I don't know what that looks like. I don't know if that's 4-8. I don't know if that's 3-9. But that's where I envision them going into the last 5. But I think that's when the light's going to go on, and Jordan Love's going to play better and better. And by the end of the season, when they're
Sean Clifford's going to come in and win a bunch of games.
6-11 or 7-10, they're going to say, all right, he figured it out. We feel better about him. We've got him pretty inexpensively next year on this half measure of a contract, and we're going to give him another year to prove himself. And all these weapons around him, Luke Musgrave's going to know what the hell he's doing. And while he came up short of the 60 catches that were predicted for him in 2023, he's going to get those in 2024. They're going to have a bunch of cap space to spend, and they're going to be pretty good in 24. That's what I think is going to happen.
Is there any chance that Jordan Love plays himself out of the starting quarterback position by the end of December?
I suppose there's a chance of anything, but if it's that, I mean, imagine the kind of admission that would be for this organization.
It would be tough.
I mean, you would the look that would be, that Jordan Love, not because of injury, but because of such ineffective play, that Sean Clifford moves into the starting lineup with the last 3 games left in a year that, I mean, and I understand we're ignoring Aaron Rodgers in New York, at least right now we are. But if Aaron Rodgers is playing well for the Jets and you bench Jordan Love for Sean Clifford, a healthy Jordan Love for Sean Clifford, the level of admission of what a mistake this would have been, I don't see them being capable of making that move. Do you?
Okay. I think if they feel like they can win games with Sean Clifford, they would do it. I think we all hope that it doesn't get there. But, yeah, Jordan Love is going to need to continue to show progression. And if he is not, you would be doing your franchise a disservice just by riding it out. He is going to need to continue to show that he is getting better and better. And as long as he's doing that, even if you're not winning a ton of games, I think you'd be fine with it. But if you're not seeing any improvement, and then you see that Sean Clifford's doing some stuff, whether it's preseason and then not, I think you would have to at least envision an opportunity to give him some on-field reps. Because you can't just put your head in the sand and say, well, this is what we're doing. You want to have belief, and I don't want to have any type of a short fuse when it comes to, I want Jordan Love to play. 17 weeks a long time. 10 weeks a long time. You're going to get a real good idea if he's the guy. And if he's not, just because your feelings will get hurt and you'll look like an idiot, that doesn't mean you don't do the right thing for your franchise. So I believe that because it will be incredibly difficult, and I think he would have to be really bad for that decision to be made. But right now, we just don't know.
And that's what this proves, right? That we could be in the same conversation, which is what we just did, talking about, wow, they could win 10 games, right? Mm-hmm. And in the very same conversation, is there a scenario where they bench Jordan Love and give Sean Clifford a chance? Could he play himself out of the starting job? I think that tells you
both are possible.
Yes, and I think that is why it is a fool's errand to try and really and truly say, I know what's going to happen this season. We just have no idea when the variance is that large. It's like a giant tree in the middle of the fairway that's been struck by lightning, but not. We need to play trivia. It burnt. Jesse, go ahead.
That thing's standing strong. Is the root still in that?
He shrunk it down on the screen.
Is wind? You think a big windstorm's blowing that over? There's some wind at La
I want to know if you hit it into the crevasse that is in this what's left of the tree.
Yeah,
if you get a free drop, because you said if and when I do play at Lac La Belle, what are the USGA rules for if I hit the ball into that tree?
I will have to ask somebody. A rules expert will help you, but I believe that'll be a 2-stroke. You'll have to take a stroke penalty, and you'll get lateral relief, is what I believe. Unplayable lie.
Jesse, tell us
That
what
big,
we're doing.
Thick, sturdy tree. I don't think you're going to be able to get in there and get the ball.
Which fell but didn't, and now is up again. Resurrection Sunday. Jesse, what's the category? Tell him.
Yar! Who be playing the Brewers for the first time tonight this season? It be the Pittsburgh Pirates. Shiver me timbers. It's Pirate Trivia Day. Ahoy!
What caller would you like?
Yar, the Brewers are losing 6 in a row, so we be taking caller 6.
Caller 6 right now, 844-770-3776. 844-770-3776. Wilde and Tausch Trivia is next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, brought to you by Grassland Butter. Grassland Dairy is Wisconsin. Learn more at grasslandbutter.com.
Mark Tauscher here, and it's another Feel Good Friday on Wilde and Tausch, painted by Home and Lindsay Paints. Stick around to hear some of the best feel-good stories of the week to close out today's show and to start the weekend right. Don't wait too long this summer to get started on your home's paint project. When you're ready to get started, do what my family did. Trust the pro painters at Home and Lindsay Paints. And from the summer heat to winter blizzards, Home and Lindsay is the one paint that can withstand the challenges of Wisconsin's weather year-round. That's why it's truly Wisconsin's best paint. Get connected with the pro painter best for what your project calls for by stopping into any Madison area Home and Lindsay location and simply asking a member of the team. Home and Lindsay, great paint, great people. Check them out at homeandlindsay.com and stick around for Feel Good Friday coming up to close out today's show, painted by Home and Lindsay Paints.
Rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Alex Strofe.
This Badger Minute brought to you by your Badgerland Chevy dealers, proud supporters of Badger Athletics. Go to BadgerlandChevy.com. Less than 80 days remain until the Wisconsin football team kicks off their season against the University of Buffalo at Camp Randall Stadium. And over at ESPNWisconsin.com, the ESPN staff ranks the top 10 defenses heading into the college football season. Despite losing 2 pass rushers in Keanu Benton and Nick Herbig to the NFL draft this past offseason, Wisconsin comes in at number 10 on the list, under first-year head coach Luke Fickell and first-year defensive coordinator Mike Tressel. Find the full list, which includes 3 Big Ten foes, over at ESPNWisconsin.com.
Pella's window and door design options are virtually limitless. Customize your order by August 31st and you could bundle and save big at PellaWI.com.
Hi, I'm Connie Britton. I support Feeding America because they help provide over 6 billion meals to people in need each year. Learn more at feedingamerica.org. Feeding America, 200 food banks strong.
If you suffer from acid reflux, heartburn, having trouble swallowing, or the sensation of a lump in your throat, you may have GERD. Join board-certified general surgeon Dr. Aaron Schwab from Stoughton Health for a free, informative online event on Thursday, June 22nd at 5:30 p.m. to learn about ways to reduce your symptoms with the minimally invasive LINX procedure and your long-term dependence on medication. Register for this free online event on Thursday, June 22nd at stoughtonhealth.com. Then click Classes and Events.
That to-do list you have needs one more thing. Chill. It's an easy thing to do. Just crack open an ice-cold Coors Light and chill. Take the afternoon off and binge watch anything. Go to happy hour and stay for a couple hours. Who's counting anyways? Or hang out with just your dog because you've had enough human interaction this week. Whatever you do, do it with a Coors Light. Mountain cold refreshment made to chill. 2020 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Celebrate responsibly.
Wisconsin is as hard-working of a place as you'll ever find. There's a sense of pride, community, and work ethic that's second to none. People here are tough, but even the toughest among us need help after a serious accident. At Gruber Law Offices, we won't stop fighting for you and your family. We've been here and will continue to be here for as long as you need us. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Zimbrick Chevrolet.
When was the last time you had your oil changed or your tires rotated? Do you need new tires, a battery, perhaps some windshield wipers? Zimbrick Chevrolet Service Center is equipped to help you with routine maintenance, major repairs, and everything in between. Get your free battery inspection coupon and schedule an appointment today at ZimbrickChevrolet.com. Don't overpay. Shop Zimbrick Chevrolet on Main Street in Sun Prairie.
Main Street, Sun Prairie, Zimbrick Chevrolet.
Jordan Love is the new man in town.
Generations of Packers fans don't know what it's like to just have an average quarterback. So let's hope, for their sake, Jordan Love's above average.
This is 100.5 ESPN and Wisconsin On Demand.
If you've joined the program late, you've missed a lot of talk about a mysterious tree at Lac La Belle. You can always catch up on Wisconsin On Demand, presented by Grubel Offices. One call, that's all. Thanks to David and his team for supporting the show and for supporting Wisconsin On Demand. Grubel Offices, one call, that's all. So we're going to play trivia. It is pirate trivia. But I'm being told that our contestant, Ben in Madison, believes he has an explanation about
Is he an
said
arborist,
tree.
or is he an arborist?
I don't know. Let's find out together. Ben, Good morning. How are you, buddy?
Good morning. How are you guys?
Well, I'd be better if I knew what the hell the significance was of this tree. Can you help?
So I know nothing about the tree. What I was going to say is I know about the ruling. If your ball gets stuck there.
Oh, I'll take that too.
Golf
yeah, sure.
experts. All right.
So your number one option is to play it as it lies.
So
which
climb
is not
into the
ideal
tree
by any-
and chip it out.
Yeah, if you
Well,
if you so desire, yes, that is your number one option.
You might be able to just push the
number
tree
two
over
would
because
be-
it's dead.
You're a jerk.
There you go. And other than that, you would take an unplayable lie. So it's not free relief. Tausch was right. You would take stroke and distance or 2 club lengths from the spot of the ball. So if the ball's up in the tree, you would just mark the spot on the ground and dance in 2 club from there.
Quick question, though. Since this tree fell and it has been put back up, whether it did that magically itself or if someone did that, isn't that considered man-made? And can you not move said tree? Because if there's stands or if there's power boxes, you do get free relief if it's a man-made deal. Is that correct?
Well, yeah, but a tree is not man-made. It doesn't matter if somebody moved it prior or not.
Yeah.
Okay.
The tree is there. It's
right.
still part of the natural makeup of the golf course.
I don't want to call anything man-made that has such a deification after it was not struck by lightning but started on fire on Good Friday and resurrected itself, but not really, on Easter Sunday. All right, Ben, thank you for your help. Time now for trivia. It is pirate trivia.
Let's see if does Ben want to be our official rules on the will he or won't he break 200? Will Ben be our rules expert to make sure Jason does everything right in order to break 200? Ben, would you be willing to sign up for that?
Yeah, I would love to do that.
Look, we are getting everybody to turn out for this, Jason. This is great. All right, here we go. Ahoy! Which of these pirates not only be the villain of Robert Louis Stevenson's epic novel Treasure Island, but also be the name of a fast food chain? Is it Long John Silver, Blackbeard, or Arby's?
Is that English?
It's an Irish pirate, is what that is. It's an Irish pirate.
I really struggle with the pirate accent. It's not my best. I give my best effort.
All right. It's Long John Silver's.
Oh, yeah.
Is that your pirate voice, Ben? Come on.
I don't have one of those.
Do you have an Irish?
Neither
do
do
I.
I.
Irish voice. We'll accept that as well. All right, Ben. Question 2. Yar! Raise the Jolly Roger! Which of these players be the Pittsburgh Pirates franchise leader in home runs hit? Is it Andrew McCutchen, Roberto Clemente, or Willie Stargell?
Well, I know it's not the last one. I'm just going to go with Roberto Clemente. I don't think McCutchen was there for quite long enough.
You be wrong. It was Willie Stargell. Pops, as he was called on the We
I didn't even hear the name.
Family.
Now I hear the name.
Wait a minute, you didn't hear the last name?
Jason's
I didn't
Pirates worse
understand
than
it.
mine.
It was in Pirate.
Jarbled. It was totally jarbled.
I thought it was fine.
If you would like to critique my pirate voice, that's fine. And if Ben would like to use it as an excuse, that's fine too.
Oh, he's calling you. He's calling Ben an excuse maker. Uh-oh. I got a hunch there's going to be a couple added strokes to old J-Dub scored on at Lac LaBelle.
I should be nicer to him since he'll be ruling against me as our rule steward. Yes, I'll be careful.
All right, Ben, I be asking you question 3. Shiver me timbers. What's the maiden name of the main character Elizabeth, played by Keira Knightley, in Disney's Pirates of the Caribbean movie franchise? Is her last name Swan, Sparrow, or Finch?
Swan.
Yeah, he'd be correct.
He'd be having a perfect score if he'd have been able to understand Willie Stargell's name from me. Ben?
Yeah, wait a minute, Ben. I have one more bonus question before you go.
All right.
How do most pirates convince others to hop on their ship?
Ben could not have been less enthusiastic.
I don't know.
It's a very important question that I'm asking Ben. How do most pirates convince others to hop on their ship? Peer pressure. Yeah. Peer pressure.
Pretty good. Pretty good. I'm going to see if I can pull a pirate pun up here.
You'll be watching the Brewers on Apple TV Plus tonight. Yahoy.
Ben, we'll see you at Lac LaBelle, buddy. You got 2 out of 3 right. That means you got 3 of the 4 entries into today's drawing. Good luck, and we appreciate your help on the tree, golf ruling, and on your pirate trivia. Thanks, bud.
Thanks, guys.
We will kick off the 10 o'clock hour by talking a little bit about the return, maybe, of Rashawn Gary, who may be an elite pass rusher. We'll do that in 2 minutes, so stick around. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin, the ESPN app, and Wisconsin On Demand.
Badger football tickets are on sale now. A new era of Wisconsin football kicks off this fall, and now is your chance to be there when Coach Fickle and the team takes the field. Don't wait. Order your tickets today and make plans to be part of the best game day atmosphere in college football. For more information and to purchase your Wisconsin football tickets, visit uwbadgers.com or call 1-800-GO-BADGERS. The season kicks off September 2nd, so don't wait. That's uwbadgers.com or call 1-800-GO-BADGERs.
Hi, this is Dave Kane. You're listening to Madison's Home of the Bucks, a good Karma brand radio station, 100.5 ESPN WTLX, Monona, Madison.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good morning, Madison and streamers everywhere. I'm Jesse Nelson. Sports Center brought to you by Goodman's Jewelers, the diamond store of Madison for generations. Check them out at 220 State Street and online at goodmansjewelers.com. Big news for the Wisconsin Badgers yesterday. Reports suggesting that Halloween weekend, when the Badgers welcome Ohio State to Camp Randall Stadium, it'll be a 6:30 kickoff, prime time, televised on NBC. Meanwhile, last night on the Great Dane Huddle on ESPN Madison, Barry Alvarez joined the show, talked about his excitement and the fan base's excitement with new head coach Luke Fickell in charge.
Our people like the excitement. They like the energy within the program. You know, the fact that Luke had some players from Cincinnati. Now, his Cincinnati players, the transfers that are coming in, the recruiting class. I think they went out and really hit it hard. It's a very aggressive staff. I'm excited.
Find the full Great Dane Huddle podcast available on Wisconsin On Demand. Golf leaderboard update at the U.S. Open brought to you by Pinehurst Resort at Pinehurst. It's someone's U.S. Open every day. Visit Pinehurst.com now to plan your stay. 2 Americans on top of the leaderboard. Ricky Fowler, Xander Schauffele, both tied at 8 under par, teeing off this afternoon.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
Show just climbing this rope right here. And if there's a man upstairs, he kept bringing me rain. But I've been sending up prayers and something's changed. I think I finally found my hallelujah. I've been waiting for this moment all my life. Now all my dreams are coming.
The 10 o'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch begins now.
Hey, Jason.
Hey, Tauschi.
A pirate went to the doctor and said, I have moles on my back. I have moles on me back. And the doctor said, it's okay, they're benign. And the pirate replied, count again, I think there be 10.
Oh.
B9.
There be 9.
10.
There be 9. No, there be 10.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
I have to admit, I went in with a very bad attitude for that.
I sensed that.
And it far exceeded my expectations. That actually wasn't bad at all. I kind of liked it, frankly. I don't like Rashawn Gary as much as you do. I don't dislike him.
I noticed.
I don't believe that he is elite yet. He is yet to have a double-digit sack season. I understand he had a lot of pressures in 2021. Now he's coming off an ACL, et cetera, et cetera. But I think he still has more to prove. That's my take on him.
I think he believes he's got more to prove, too.
So I think he's very good. I want to be clear. I don't think he stinks by any stretch because that would be stupid. But I wanted to see more before he got hurt to convince me that your position that he is elite was right. That doesn't mean that you weren't right. And had he finished the season, he had 6 sacks at the time of the injury. He had 38 pressures through 9 games. Those are good numbers, decent numbers, but not elite numbers. Like if we really truly believe elite is elite, he hasn't been elite yet. I'm not saying he can't be. But, Tausch, when he talked after Wednesday's practice, and this is smart given what David Bakhtiari endured, wouldn't say he's going to be ready for training camp, wouldn't say he's going to be ready for the opener on September 10th. But he did say that he didn't realize that he tore his ACL until later on November 6th when they took him to the locker room during that game against the Lions at Ford Field, that garden spot that is Detroit. Here is Rashawn Gary talking about his injury.
To be honest, I played an extra 3 plays on it and then came out, and they was like, yeah, let's go in the locker room. And, I was walking on it and everything, and then I was like, oh, wow, that's really what it was. So then I just had to, tighten up and gather myself emotionally. That's my first major injury. I've never been
hurt. He goes on to say when he was asked those questions about being ready for camp or being ready for the opener, I'll be ready when I'll be ready.
I like that quote.
This is not new. At least one of your torn ACLs, I know you knew right away, right? The one in New Orleans in 2002. I remember you being on the turf.
No,
what about?
I didn't know that. Actually, I knew the second time.
Okay.
When it was at Lambeau. The first time I didn't know. As a matter of fact,
the surgery.
Went in the locker room and didn't know it. I knew that there was something wrong. I couldn't walk. But I knew there was something wrong. And matter of fact, we did the testing. You can test the ACL. Doc kind of
the drawer
finagles
test
with your knee a little bit, and he did not think it was an ACL. Knew my MCL was in rough shape, and I knew after I got the MRI that there was some cartilage and some other damage. And the worst part of that is I went in for a scope and thinking I'd be out 4 to 6 weeks. And when I woke up, Doc had to come in and kind of bludgeon me with the ACL news. So I think you'd rather just know and then be done and move on, because you end up going through a range of emotions. And the bottom line on these things are you have to mentally prepare yourself for a really tough grind. And the second time around, much easier for me because I knew what I was getting into. That first time, and Rashawn Gary's going to go through this, David Bakhtiari had to go through it. A lot of players have to go through it. And it's not so much, the pain, the physical pain of it. It's the idea that something is taken away from you that you really want to do. And once you can get over that, the physical part of this is always the easiest part. Getting in the pool because you're challenged and you're pushed. It's the time when you're alone, or it's that time when your team is on the road and you're sitting back because your knees, locked up or whatever it might be. Those are the times because that really push you, and you have to be able to overcome those. And it sounds like Rashawn Gary's thought process and how he's approaching it is very good. And the good thing for him is he's got a year to prove himself. He has proven, maybe not that he's elite, but that he is a handful, and that teams struggled with him in a big way. Teams had to start double teaming him, and now you got Hercules on the other side. You still have Preston Smith. You got Kenny Clark. If
Quay
Rashawn
Walker.
Gary can be ready, and I don't know when he'll be ready, you're going to see two defensive ends that are both incredibly strong, that are going to be able to push and really suffocate that quarterback's pocket, because I don't know many offensive tackles that are going to be able to handle the power that both of these guys have on a consistent basis. I think the pass rush, again, there's a lot of caveats to it, but you have to feel really good once Rashawn Gary's back that this group's going to be pretty doggone good.
All right, so I flip-flopped the 02 ACL and the 08 because I knew there was one where you went into surgery not thinking it was an ACL, and it turned out to be one. What you said about the mental aspect of this, though, I want to go back to, because I don't know if this is true, if this is Rashawn Gary. We talked earlier this week or late last week about A.J. Dillon being vulnerable and talking about how much he was feeling the anxiety of last season. But someone asked Gary about the mental side of coming back from this, and his quote was, "I would say I've really been handling everything good. There really hasn't been a rough part."
Okay.
Do you believe that?
I'm not going to say he's lying.
I mean,
I
he's
can
the
only
first
go off
player
of
I've
my-
ever heard say that, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I can only go off of my own experience and other people that have been in the same situation, and I think all of us have had some dark days when it comes to that, because it's human nature. And great for Rashawn that his mental approach, guys want to attack this, and you do feel like there's a challenge, and that's every athlete loves that. But there are days when it doesn't feel right, and you can't do everything you want. And you don't get your range of motion back as quick as you want. You don't get your quad as strong and your calf and all the muscles around it as strong as they need to be. And you can get disappointed. And, luckily you have enough good people around you that will help you through it. But there's still going to be those days where it just doesn't click. And I think everybody has them, but this just accentuates it, because you don't think Rashawn Gary would have thought if he was playing in that Detroit game he could have helped? Or you don't know your football career. You haven't gotten your next contract. You don't know how all that's going to play. There's just so many things. So good on Rashawn Gary if that's truly how things have played out for him. I just have not heard very many people that have went through season-ending injuries not say it's been really tough. There have been some really tough days, because there are some really tough days that you have to go through.
All right, so on the believability scale, you mentioned the contract part. And you can read about this at Madison.com from the Wisconsin State
Sunday
Journal.
or right now?
It's up right now.
That would have been a good Sunday piece, I think.
I got something else planned for Sunday.
What is it?
It's just a.
I'm going to see if on my Father's Day, if I want to
see if it fits your schedule. If it's worth the time. No, it'll be kind of discussing where Jordan Love's offseason has played out to this point and what he needs to do between now and training camp to be ready. But we've spent a lot of time on that. You mentioned the contract. Spotrac had him pegged, Rashawn Gary pegged, for a 4-year, $104 million extension before the injury.
25.
It's about 20. Yeah, almost $26 million a year.
What is top dollar right now? Is that probably T.J. Watt is probably top dollar?
Max Crosby got, I think, 4 years, $98 million, like a year and a half ago.
Yep.
So he was also asked about the money aspect, and he's on the 5th-year option, which we have seen other players kind of, I don't want to say fake injuries, but exaggerate injuries and not practice. Hold-ins, right.
Yep.
So he's getting $10.982 million guaranteed this year. But someone asked him about the uncertainty of being in a contract year, coming off a major injury, and his response was, I don't think about that. I didn't even know it was that time.
Yeah, I don't buy that. Players know, and I think Rashawn Gary wants to get paid in a big way, and he was tracking to do that. And I think for him, making sure he's fully healthy and not going through a season where he can re-injure, I would guess. He's a competitor. He's going to want to get out on the field. I would guess and hope that he is very smart about that. And Green Bay wants to keep him. There's no doubt in my mind about that. He will be one of your core players moving forward. So hopefully he can get back, have a good, impactful season, and then I think everybody assumes because of the nature of this injury, he'll even be better in 2024 when Jason Wilde and a lot of people think this team can really make a big push. He will be a part of that. I don't see any way Green Bay doesn't figure out a way to either re-sign him this year or tag him and re-sign him in next offseason. One of those two things will happen. He is not going to be going anywhere.
I would agree with that. I would think as a player, though, you definitely want to come back, prove that you're healthy, and then get that big payday with the very large guaranteed signing bonus that gives you that level of security, which he's got almost $11 million guaranteed this year, but in the grand scheme of NFL money, that ain't a lot compared to what you would get. So I'm sure that's important to him. That 2024 team may or may not have Aaron Jones on it. He still has that year left on his contract, but it'll be interesting to see where he ends up going forward. Jesse wants to talk a little bit about him. He's thinking about running backs. And so, Jesse, we'll get to that coming up next. Want to remind you, we spent a lot of time talking about all the perks that come with Associated Bank's Brewers checking because it's Brewers season. But don't forget, lots of great perks come with your Packers checking from Associated Bank as well. And before you know it, training camp's going to be here. You're going to be riding your bike on Dream Drive with American Family Insurance. You're going to be a railbird at practice. Wouldn't it be great to also have your Packers debit MasterCard, which gets you all kinds of great perks at Lambeau Field, including a discount at the Packers Pro Shop. Well, check out AssociatedBank.com/Packers to find out more about that. Little Aaron Jones conversation. Next, it's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
LabCorp Clinical Trials is changing to a new name, Fortrea. While the name may be different, Fortrea combines decades of great experience and professionalism with new opportunities for clinical trial participation. It's more than a mission and more than a new name. Fortrea is dedicated to moving healthcare forward. To learn more about the future of healthcare and upcoming clinical trials, visit us at FortreaClinicalTrials.com. That's FORTREA clinicaltrials.com.
Mark Tauscher here to tell you a little bit more about Everlight Solar. We all know that electricity costs are on the rise. That's why you need to talk to my friends over at Everlight Solar. Their local team here in Madison is here to keep it simple. From your no-cost consultation to solar panel installation, the team at Everlight Solar will be with you every step of the way. Not only will they help you save money, but by switching to solar, you're also helping save the planet. Everlight Solar, a proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. Check them out at everlightsolar.com.
Life's better with a home policy from American Family Insurance because you'll feel protected no matter how the wind blows. All so you can keep enjoying the home of your dreams. And our expert agents can help you save up to 23% when you bundle home with auto. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. American Family Insurance. Get a quote? Find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Welcome to Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. May I take your order?
Yeah, I'd like 9 windows, please. I'm hoping they'll match my home.
Have it your way.
Excuse me? We're talking about windows, right?
Yes. Pella's design options are virtually limitless, even more customized than your coffee.
So you're like my personal barista for windows and doors.
Exactly. And if you customize your order by August 31st, you can bundle and save big.
Good deal.
Get started today at PellaWI.com.
You can drive cutting-edge design. 2023 Audis are on the lot and ready for delivery. Take advantage of 4.99% APR financing for up to 60 months on select new 2023 models. See dealer for details and exclusions. $18.87 a month per $1,000 finance. No down payment required to qualify buyers through Audi Financial Services. Offer ends June 30th. Stop in to test drive today. Check out our website to see the current inventory and our monthly specials. The search for your Audi begins and ends at Zimrick Audi of Madison off the Beltline and Rimrock Road. Drive yours today.
From color-changing alexandrite to shimmering zircon and everything in between at Chalmers Jewelers, you'll find high-quality, affordable, one-of-a-kind pieces. We source straight from the gem cutters and we manufacture in-house from start to finish. As the manufacturer, we believe in truth in pricing. Never pay more for quality and stunning, beautiful jewelry. She's one of a kind, and so should her jewelry be. While others may send your jewelry dreams to someone else to make, with us, your dreams become reality with the help of our custom jewelers, with you involved the whole way. With a staff that has over 200 years of combined experience, why buy from a place that marks up jewelry made by the thousands? When you can buy direct from Chalmers for that one-of-a-kind piece that is better quality, often for less.
Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton
and Madison.
To those who've ever dreamt of their perfect event, those dreams are worthy and they are possible. Hi, it's Jeffrey from Celebrations Entertainment. With hard work, passion, and great music, we will make your event dreams a reality. Every event is a labor of love with one-on-one planning, customization, and flawless execution. Bringing your event to life is what we do. For a fun, memorable event, visit celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
On the air, on demand, on social, on Wisconsin Sports. Serving Wisconsin sports fans. This is 100.5 ESPN.
All I need's a little love in my life. All I need's a little love in the dark. A little, but I'm hoping it might kickstart me and my broken heart. I need a little loving tonight. Hold me so I'm not falling apart. A little, but I'm hoping it might kickstart.
So Jesse's been trying to get us to talk about this since Tuesday.
Turtles?
No, but coming up, we're going to get some help from an expert on that, scheduled to appear at 10:45 from the Bay Beach Wildlife Sanctuary.
We're going to need it. Big development on the turtle front last night. There's another turtle that was trying to get in. Becca had to shoo the turtle away before giving birth in another part of the yard. Apparently, our yard is a breeding ground for turtle babies.
You turned away a turtle?
We already got
who
one
was
we're
about to
dealing
give
with.
birth?
Yeah, we don't want double turtle. Like,
What are you, the innkeeper on Christmas to Mary and Joseph?
We're not some turtle apartment complex. They can just come and post up everywhere. There's an entire pond
You
back
already
there.
got one. You already got one. Like you're. What's one more turtle nests since you already got one. You're not going to be able to use your yard anyway.
Very frustrating turtle situation. Don't know what to do about it.
All right, well, we look forward to Lori helping you with that. I'm still curious about them being left behind. And they just drop their eggs and go on their merry way. I'm going to have to get clarification on that as well. That's coming up a little bit later.
You think Lori knows anything about trees, too?
What kind of a habitat that tree would make for squirrels and chipmunks and the like. It's
hanging out.
It's really something. Jesse, you've been wanting to talk about Aaron Jones, and we have not gotten to it. Let's do it now before we get sidetracked further, which is frequently what happens on this program. Aaron Jones spoke after practice on Tuesday, and he was asked about how he's used in this offense and what he's expecting this year. Here is how that conversation went.
As long as we win, I'm happy. That's all that matters. I can't remember off the top of my head how many touches I average per game, but yeah, like the way I've been used, it doesn't bother me. They give me the ball. Coach LaFleur makes a point to, give me in certain packages and different things like that, and continue to grow my game so I don't have to come off the field. So some of that is on me as well. So continue just to grow my game.
One of the nicest players of all time and a really good teammate. I told the story last week about a teammate of his asking him to get him some food from the commissary. And Aaron Jones, who is a multi-time Pro Bowler, did you want me to leave that in your locker? Like, that's the kind of guy he is. I'm not sure how many other players would have said to this player, get your own damn food.
What's a commissary?
Cafeteria? Cafeteria? Did I mess that up?
Why are you calling it a commissary?
What's the difference?
That makes it feel like it's...
I don't know. That was the word that came to my mind at the time.
I've never heard what a commissary is. It makes it feel like it's at like a
prison?
Religious institution of some sort. Or prison, yeah. Commissary?
Commissary, yeah. A definition of a commissary... I'm not sure. Maybe I just used the wrong word. Thank you for your service. Here it is. A store for equipment or provisions. A supermarket for military personnel.
Interesting. Who was the player that was asking him to do that?
I'm not going to tell you who that is because
okay.
I didn't think that was... I found that to be inappropriate.
Aaron Jones, the times I've met him and we've had him on the show... he is everything you want in an ambassador and as a football player for your team. He works his tail off. You know he's never shortchanging anything. He puts in the time. He is unbelievable off the field. I think he's won the Walter Payton. I think he does everything the right way.
He does.
And he's a really good football player. So I'm glad Green Bay kept him. I'm glad they were able to figure that out. And he's going to need to be at his best this season. And I think he needs to get more touches than what he's gotten. I think they need to really push the envelope with him because he has been, when he's gotten a ton of reps and he's gotten a lot of looks, he's been a difference maker for this team.
Commissary, also a lunchroom, especially in a motion picture studio. So I guess I was okay.
I don't know why you wouldn't just say cafeteria.
I don't know why. Tausch, I know that your brain sometimes has its moments where it's not what you want it to be. That I had one of those there, but it turns out that word was still okay.
And actually, you were right.
So here's my question about Aaron Jones, because he's never going to say, yeah, they need to use me more. It's bogus that they don't, right? I don't know if he has as strong of a case if he wanted to be that guy as he had when he had Mike McCarthy as his coach. 17 and 18 probably had a pretty strong argument. I think Aaron Jones has gotten more opportunities, maybe still not enough, but more with Matt LaFleur as the coach. And that's why I thought what he said there was interesting.
Yeah, I think more so we saw him in that Kansas City game a few years ago out of the slot, and they just were wearing out Sorensen, a linebacker / safety that couldn't cover him. And they just said, we're going to go to him. I don't think they've done enough with him, even though he was the second leading receiver last year. I thought that he would be the top, and it was close. I really feel like they could utilize him more in that role, and getting him more and more touches doesn't need to be where he's getting 1,500 yards rushing. You'd like to get him where he's in that 1,800 yards receiving and running, and if you're doing that and you're sprinkling A.J. Dillon, and you should feel good about where you're at with this offense. So he's never going to say that. He's not going to do that, but he's a competitor. He's going to want to get as much work as he can in what every year now is going to be a contract year for him.
And if you came to him and said, hey, Aaron, can you grab me a Coors Light from the refrigerator and make sure that the mountains are blue in the commissary?
Yeah.
You know what he's going to say? He's going to say, sure, Tausch, anything for you, buddy. Because that's the kind of guy
he
he
wants
is.
me to chill. He's going to want me to chill, and you know it's Coors Light in my hand when I need a moment to chill, and it's brewed with a 3-step cold process, cold lager, cold filtered, and it's cold packaged. So it's made to chill. Had a couple of Coors Lights yesterday out at Lac La Belle. Even it was a little chilly, I still made sure the mountains were blue on those beautiful 16-ounce silver cans with the screw-off top. Oh, baby, it was great. Celebrate responsibly, Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
A game of Where's Wilde is next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, driven by Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie on 100.5 ESPN. See their full inventory at ZimbrickChevrolet.com.
Jesse Nelson and Tausch was just telling you about Coors Light. Well, I got something even more fun to tell you about. The inaugural ESPN Wisconsin Open presented by Coors Light, taking place on Monday, July 17th at Trappers Turn in Wisconsin Dells. An amazing opportunity for you and a foursome to sign up and play golf and enjoy an awesome day at one of the best courses in Wisconsin with some great Coors Light and golfing with some of ESPN Wisconsin's and Wisconsin sports stars like Mark Tauscher, Matt Hamilton, Brad Nortman, Chris Orr, Zach Showalter scheduled to appear, and so many more. Sign up today, ESPNMadisonOpen.com. That's where you can register your foursome. Space is available right now. There's still time, but we've seen people signing up, and it's filling up fast. So I encourage you this weekend, today, right now, start that group text with your buddy. Say, hey, you guys want to play in this outing? Here's the link, ESPNMadisonOpen.com. Sign up today, ESPNMadisonOpen.com. The inaugural ESPN Madison Open, Monday, July 17th at Trappers Turn in the Dells.
Win a round of golf for two at the Bridges or the Meadows at 6 Mile Creek from Guinness. Stop by for a pint at LJ Sports Tavern, Danny's Pub, Echo Tap, and Nitty Gritty downtown and scan the QR code to enter. Show me your Guinness, Wisconsin.
Bringing summer gatherings to the next level is just another thing we do at Celebrations Entertainment. Hi, it's Jeffrey. With rental items like sound equipment, photo booths, and even yard games, you can make your event the party that everyone talks about. Any event like graduation parties, block parties, or even a backyard barbecue can be elevated with fun, interactive items to make everyone ask, hey, how'd you pull this off? Just tell them celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
At Wheelchairs for Warriors, serving America's heroes is our mission. With your support, we serve veterans and first responders injured in the line of duty across the United States of America, providing them custom-fit, complex rehab mobility solutions to ensure they rejoin their lives at the highest level of independent mobility and function possible. Join the mission at wheelchairsforwarriors.org.
Are you looking for a fast-paced job in a fun and exciting work environment? Look no further than Ho Chunk Gaming Madison. We offer a wide range of job and shift availability in both part-time and full-time positions. Competitive wages and great benefits await you at Ho Chunk Gaming Madison. Visit us in person or check out our website to see all of our job openings. Make work fun and apply for a job at Madison's only casino.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer. Our policy is to provide equal opportunity employment, development, and advancement to all current and potential teammates. If you are an organization that maintains a job bank, provides employment information, or gives job referrals, you may request to be placed on the station's mailing list for future career opportunities. To learn more about careers at Good Karma Brands, please email careers@goodkarmabrands.com.
Start summer off with a car deal fit for you at Metro Ford of Madison. Score 3.9% APR financing for 66 months to qualified credit when leasing the 23 F-150 STX. Also receive a Chromebook, 4K Smart TV, or a $500 Visa gift card with any vehicle purchased at Metro Ford of Madison.
The 2023 season is underway and Fun for All is back with the Forward Madison FC Family Special on sale now. Bring the family to exciting professional soccer at Breeze Stevens Field. Enjoy a ticket, Pepsi product, sandwich, and a Forward Madison scarf for just $21. Forward Madison has fun for the whole family. Enjoy Lionella Vessi, the team's dairy cow, our new kids zone, and more at every Forward Madison match. For tickets, go to forwardmadisonfc.com. Forward Madison, fun for all.
Show me the love.
When you put your eyes on Jordan Love, can you tell me if he's going to be good or not?
From the little bit I've seen of him, I think he's going to be all right. I think he's going to be good.
This is 100.5 ESPN and Wisconsin On Demand.
Yeah. Ooh la la, but the pool is singing my line. Tonight night to the view, yeah, keeping those blinds closed. Yeah. She said I wanna find somebody by 9-4. Ooh na na.
Well, I don't remember the last time we did this.
Did you just hear? And I've heard this before. This Keyshawn Johnson deal.
I've been bemoaning this for weeks.
It is
by
the
way.
lamest. That's the best drop we could come up with.
I
haven't seen much of him, but I think he's going to be okay.
I know. And then he says, "I think he's going to be a Pro Bowl quarterback." No, that's why it's a drop. I think he's going to be okay. From what little I've seen, he's going to be a Pro Bowl quarterback.
Have you seen much of Jordan Love? No, not really. All right, great. Then don't give an opinion on him. All right, great. Nah, I'm going to give you an opinion, and I have no idea what the hell I'm talking about. All right.
That's what we try to avoid here. But we have lots of opinions on trees that have not been struck by lightning that started on fire.
I'll insult a Hall of Fame offensive tackle that comes on my show to discuss, and I'll tell him I don't think he belongs in my Hall of Fame. Come on.
Oh, Keyshawn did that. Yeah, we didn't do that. We don't do that sort of thing to Joe Thomas when he joins us, or to Mark Tauscher, who is a Packers Hall of Famer.
Hey, what do you think, Key? What do you think of Jordan Love? I don't know. I've never seen him, but he'll be a Pro Bowler.
From what little I've seen, yeah, I think he's going to be good.
I haven't seen much.
All right.
Hey, Key, how's Beaver Dam's high school basketball team going to be? I don't know. They'll probably be okay, but I haven't seen them.
From the little I've seen, I think they'll be all right.
I think they'll win the state title.
State title contenders. Yeah.
Key, how are the Pirates going to do in baseball?
Got another one for you. PW.
Well, somebody sent me the list, so...
You asked them to send you the list!
I know. No, I didn't. No, I did not. I did not ask for anyone to send me a list. I asked for people to chime in and say, Pewaukee and Fall River.
I have 4 of the 9 high schools in Wisconsin with Pirates as a nickname. Pewaukee, Bayport, Fall River, Waterloo. Any help on the other 5?
Yeah, I didn't want it to get sent immediately. We were playing a game. I wanted a little bit like, give me a tease. What was it? Cochrane Fountain City is one of them. Is that right?
Cochrane.
CFC. It would have taken me forever to figure out CFC.
You don't even know where that is.
Where is Cochrane? Is that by Eau Claire?
What about Grantsburg?
Yeah, there were two G's. 2 G's. One was Grantsburg. How about the other one? Up near where you played.
By Lac La Belle?
No, high school.
Oh, okay. Tausch? No? You don't have it?
I just said Greenwood.
No, Gilman.
That's not where I played.
That's what someone on the text line said. That's up where near Marsh, whatever.
No, I don't think Gilman's, but maybe I'm wrong. Gilman, the Gilman Pirates. Okay.
DS. Are we really going to bother with Where's Wilde? Do we just want to play Pirates? Like, what are we doing?
No, let's play.
I like Where's Wildy. I work real hard.
All right, then I work real hard on that, so let's play.
Since he often saves his best material for other shows,
If there's something difficult we need to talk about, let's have the conversation.
we're bringing the other shows to us.
I would be very leery if I was a Packers fan.
Or are we?
Tausch takes a lot of days, man.
It's time to play Where's Wildy?
Tausch takes a lot of days. I've taken less days than you this year so far. What the hell?
Oh
are
my
you
God,
talking
that's
about?
completely
Taking
false.
less days. For sure, less than Jesse. I know
Well,
that for a fact.
Now that I'll agree.
Here's
Tausch
Where's
takes a lot
Wildy
of
clip
days.
number
What?
one.
Wait a minute. Now, what are you doing changing those drops? They were like real, actual takes that I had, and you changed it into something that you thought might start a fight with Tausch.
And so far, we're 2 for 2 on that front. Here is Where's
Nicely done.
Wildy clip number one.
I give him a ton of credit for a guy from Connecticut. He's as cheeseheady as you get. And so he really did kind of put himself – he was talking about how he would be running an outside zone and thinking about how he needed to break this so he could stay here. Like, that's how kind of messed up he got mentally. And I'll use the quote that he used from Ben Simmons, if you think, you stink. And that's kind of what he was acknowledging he did last year.
Where's Wildy?
Of course, talking about A.J. Dillon there. Tausch, where'd Jason say that?
I think it's on your favorite show, Rutledge and Hamilton, 2 to 4.
Weekdays 2 to 4 on ESPN Madison. That's Tausch's guess. Jason?
I don't remember. So I'm going to guess Jen, Gabe, and Chewy 7 to 9 each weekday on 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee.
One of you is right. And it's Jason. Jen, Gabe, and Chewy with Gabe, Neitzel, and Chewy earlier this week. No Jen. Weekday morning, 7 to 9 a.m. on 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee.
I think that whole article, and we obviously discussed A.J. Dillon a couple of days ago. A great job by Jason, again, to get A.J. to open up and to kind of let you in and not fake it and say, well, I know I don't really care. I mean, I just want to play football. He loves Green Bay. He loves Door County. He is pressing to make sure he gets to stay here. I understand where he's coming from. He's comfortable here. His family's here. This is where he wants to grow and live. And the pressure of being able to continue, especially when you're a running back coach, basically comes out and says, you need to be better. How he handles that pressure will be a big indicator whether or not he'll be able to finish his career in Green Bay. He needs to be more productive than what he's been. He knows that. And to open up and let you in and let his fans hear that, that's why he's as popular from a fan standpoint as he is.
I know Jesse wants to do at least one more Where's Wildy. Did you ever feel yourself doing that, being a hometown guy and wanting to stay in Wisconsin? Did you ever feel yourself anyway like A.J. Dillon felt?
I don't think to the same degree. I always felt like as I was playing that things were going to work out the way they were supposed to. So I wanted it obviously to work out the way that it needed to. But no, I just think from my perspective was always just go play good football. Not worry about any of the other stuff.
All right, Jesse, let's do one more so we can get some turtle egg answers.
Well, if we're only doing one more, I want to make sure we do this one. This is my favorite one. Here we go.
Oh, great. I'm sure it's
You guys
controversial.
have heard me say this a bunch. I think this is going to be the most fascinating year that I have ever covered. Not only is there the transition to Jordan Love, but there is this uncertainty about, well, what exactly? I mean, even Matt LaFleur admitted it. One of the biggest questions he's heard himself this offseason has been, well, are you finally going to run your offense? On top of that, I have never in my career covered a team with this many young players on it. I mean, 3 guys who have turned 30 in their life at this point on the roster. This is going to be completely different than anything I've ever seen, and it is going to be an interesting barometer for just how good of a coach is Matt LaFleur.
Where's Wildy?
Some sound going
Last
on there.
Friday at the AmFam Championship with all of the wind and our boy Wooly trying to get the sign up, and with
God, that was great.
Dan Kelly and Andy North out there. I think it was on this show,
what?
9 till 12,
No.
on Wilde and Tausch.
You think I
last
doctored
Friday.
it?
No.
No, it was super windy out there.
Yeah, you know when it was windy? It was windy on Sunday when Colin Russo and Alex Strofe were filling in for Craig Karmazin on Sunday Karma, I think.
Sunday morning, 10 to noon, Craig on assignment, Colin and Strofe holding it down on Sunday Karma. A perfect showing for Jason Wilde.
Thank you very much.
Wow.
It wasn't really perfect though,
We
because
only
I
did
had
two.
I just guessed on the first one. That's it for Where's Wilde. We're gonna get some answers. We
Well,
won't
if you
keep
get
her long.
perfect attendance for not showing up, that was perfect. I had perfect attendance
Bringing
except
that
for
one
those
back.
3 guys. I had a perfect question except for those 1, 2. No, if you got them all right, it's perfect. Doesn't matter your process. If you nailed it, which you did, it was perfect.
Yeah,
we're
we're
really
gonna do
having a
a
hard
third
time
question,
understanding what the word perfect
Hey,
means.
why-
Perfect doesn't mean you got 8 guys gone. I had perfect attendance. No, you didn't. 8 guys were gone.
Right, exactly.
Do we need to stop playing
Why
Where's
is that
Wilde?
so? This whole My Truth and all this other stuff.
Amen,
we really, as a
brother.
whole,
Yes.
we need to start getting our blank together. Like,
Totally agree.
Don't
They did
try
not have
and say, well,
perfect
blank, blah, blah,
attendance.
blah. No, it's not perfect.
Yep. You're
Words
preaching to
don't
the
have
choir,
a
my
meaning.
man.
We're in big trouble here, people. We're in big trouble, people, if we don't have words that mean stuff.
We will hopefully get the perfect, clear answer on what Jesse should do with his turtle eggs in his backyard from Lori Bankson, who is the curator of animals at the Bay Beach Wildlife Sanctuary. She's scheduled to join us next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, brought to you by Grassland Butter. Grassland Dairy is Wisconsin. Learn more at grasslandbutter.com.
For over 50 years, Big Brothers Big Sisters of Dane County has matched local youth with adult mentors in lasting and impactful one-on-one relationships. If you or a friend are interested in everything that Big Mentorship means, then attend the Big Social at Kiva Sports Center on Thursday, June 22nd from 5 to 7 p.m. Enjoy a casual atmosphere of games and fun while mingling with current and future Bigs passionate about making a lasting impact on the lives of local kids. Visit their Facebook page or go to bbbsmadison.org to learn more and sign up today.
Rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Alex Strofe.
Big trailers and big opportunities at Stoughton Trailers. Immediate openings at the Broadhead, Evansville, and Stoughton locations. Assemblers, forklift drivers, and more. Apply at stojobs.com. Less than 80 days remain until the Wisconsin football team kicks off their season against the University of Buffalo at Camp Randall Stadium. And over at ESPNWisconsin.com, the ESPN staff ranks the top 10 defenses heading into the college football season. Despite losing 2 pass rushers in Keanu Benton and Nick Herbig to the NFL draft this past offseason, Wisconsin comes in at number 10 on the list, under first-year head coach Luke Fickell and first-year defensive coordinator Mike Tressel. Find the full list, which includes 3 Big Ten foes, over at ESPNWisconsin.com.
Pella's window and door design options are virtually limitless. Customize your order by August 31st and you could bundle and save big at PellaWI.com.
Are you dreaming of a new look? Let the pros at 5 Star Painting bring color to your world, to your interior, exterior, cabinets, and more. We make it easy with online scheduling, free on-site estimates, and a dedicated project manager on every job. Uneasy about hiring a contractor? We know, we've been there. 5 Star Painting is customer-focused and quality-driven, exceeding expectations every time. Call or visit 5starpainting.com today. 5 Star Painting, a neighborly company.
Mark Tosher here for Chalmers Jewelers. Well, it's always a good time to get that special someone in your life a beautiful gift. And when I'm in need of a new piece of jewelry, Chalmers Jewelers is my go-to place. Whether I want a timeless classic or a one-of-a-kind piece, Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton and Madison has just what I'm looking for. My life has been made so much easier thanks to the great team over at Chalmers Jewelers, and is the reason I keep going back for more. Visit chalmersjewelers.com to find your perfect new piece of jewelry today.
Listen to Madison Money Guy every Saturday morning at 7 a.m. on 100.5 ESPN and ESPNWisconsin.com.
I like to refer to inflation as the silent killer. It's an invisible risk. It's just the idea that things get more expensive over time. You're going to need milk and eggs when you're in your early 60s and when you're in your early 80s. You're going to get a loaf of bread, and it's going to be more expensive 20 years from now.
Christian Finfrock is the Madison Money Guy. Call him today at 208-1800.
The GRB Rays have established themselves as one of the top baseball programs in the Midwest and the country. Looking for a team to play for in the spring and summer of 2024? Rays tryouts begin in July and August, and sign-ups are open now. Since 2010, the Rays have developed over 370 college players, including over 140 players committed to Division I baseball and 17 MLB draft picks. Rays Baseball. Raise your game.
Ready for summer travel? Start with a trip to Blaine's Farm and Fleet. We have unbeatable deals on automotive supplies and service to give you peace of mind out on the road. Like all Blazer trailer lighting, 10% off. Rewards members save an extra 5%. While you're in for automotive deals, save on all Flowtech well pumps and control boxes for your home, 15% off. Plus, get an Arctic Air personal space chiller for just $34.99. A perfect last-minute Father's Day gift.
Find value at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Jordan Love is the new man in town.
The sample size is very small, but you can tell. I think he's going to be okay. I think he's a Pro Bowl caliber quarterback.
This is 100.5 ESPN and Wisconsin On Demand.
We're connecting with Lori Bankson right now from the Bay Beach Wildlife Sanctuary to get some help for Jesse and his turtle eggs. We've also gotten some help from others. It continues to come in. Your tree at Lac La Belle. Did you know that this was something that people would be amazed by as you walked by it? And I'm confused as to, you play Lac La Belle a lot. Had you never seen this before?
I don't know when they put this up. I remember the tree and hearing the story. This little placard is what forced me or made me take a picture, because otherwise it's just a tree. Whether or not you want to say it's living, dead, whatever you want to do. So that yesterday, because I absolutely crushed my drive, hit one of my best drives ever on this par 5. That's when I thought I need to take a pic, because it's going to be a while. As my teammates playing golf, it was going to take a while to catch up to where my ball landed.
Best drive ever, or best drive?
Yeah, it was. No, one of my best drives ever. It's a par 5, and I only had like a $128 in from there.
All right. Well, I'm glad that we got some time to talk about your tree at Lac La Belle, and now we have some time to help Jesse with his turtle egg conundrum. Joining us now from the Bay Beach Wildlife Sanctuary, where she is the curator of animals, it is Lori Bankson. Lori, good morning. Thanks for helping us out with this. We appreciate it.
Good morning. Yeah, not a problem.
All right, Jesse, take over. Explain to Lori your conundrum, which, by the way, has gotten even more interesting in the last 24 hours.
So,
fantastic.
We were out on Wednesday night, and as I'm out, my wife Becca's sending me some pictures and even some videos that a mama turtle. We live we have our house where we have a retention pond beyond our fence line out in the back. So a mama turtle decided she was going to come up into our fence line, so inside of the fence in our yard, and has set up some camp to lay some turtle eggs. And so my wife Becca was out there. She's videoing it like as it's happening. She's like, "What are we gonna do now? Like, we're supposed to host your family in less than a month. This is where everyone's supposed to be." We looked it up. They take 80, 90 days to hatch. We're like, "What do we do? Like, also, how do we protect it? If there's birds that are flying around, which we have a lot of birds that are flying out there, like, are they gonna get hungry? Like, do we have to protect it? What do we do?" So.
This is a lot of responsibility for Jesse.
It was very unexpected, and we have no idea how to handle it.
Fantastic. Well, thanks for giving us a call. That's what we do here at Bay Beach Wildlife Sanctuary. We help out with all kinds of wildlife questions. First of all, consider yourself very, very lucky. Turtles only pick the best of yards to lay their eggs.
Wow.
So they want a certain type of soil, a certain type of environment. They need a certain moisture, heat, and they want to be far enough away from a water source that a predator doesn't come out like a muskrat or a bird to come and dig down and predate on the eggs. But the turtle wants these eggs to hatch, and when the turtles hatch, they are on their own from that moment on because they're going to go to the nearest body of water, skim the water for food. So you have a very, very nice environment for this turtle, first of all.
That's great, but I don't know, like...
Jesse doesn't want him.
He wants to play beanbags in his yard without killing the turtles. What should he do?
We appreciate the compliment, but where do we play the ring toss game and all that? Like,
and you can do that. So she keeps it. It's a very narrow nest that she makes, and you're right. It's about 80, 90 days for these eggs to develop, for them to incubate before they hatch. So what we have used here on site, because we have very high traffic areas, a lot of turtles come and lay eggs, painted, snapping turtles, we will either just develop a small little fence that just goes around it so nobody steps on that nest, or we make sure that we're monitoring it. So if we see it starting to dig up, we can help out those small turtles, get them out to the water. And actually, the WDNR has a fantastic, very easy plan of building a small box with some wire, because you need to have the heat hitting this area so the eggs can incubate and they're warm enough. And it also has just chicken wire so that the turtles can crawl out when they hatch. You just have, and it's going to be a nice little talking piece for your party. So just consider it another kind of entertainment area where you can hand out flyers on turtles and how to help turtles and how great turtles are for the environment. And you can put this over that little nest area, do a little countdown there on the calendar, and it's a lot of fun when they hatch.
So
Lori,
we just built
Lori, I think.
Oh, jeez.
I feel like Jesse wants to move the turtle's nest to someone else's yard. He has already evicted another turtle family who heard that this soil was so fertile and it was so great. So another turtle family came to lay a nest, and he said no. He expelled them last night.
That was the big development. So we had the turtles come on Wednesday. Now, last night we saw another one coming to set up shop. We're like, okay, this isn't an apartment. It isn't a new turtle subdivision. And we shooed that one away. Now we Now we got to build a turtle house.
Yeah.
Jesse's very handy.
It's very simple, very easy to do. Just make sure that you get a little bit of rain in there, you get some sunlight in there, and it's being someone that gets very excited about turtles hatching. It really is a fun thing to see, and the time goes by fast, but it's really neat. But if something should happen that the eggs are displaced, a predator may come and dig up the nest. There are a lot of great licensed wildlife rehabilitators all across Wisconsin that would be happy to incubate these eggs and help them out, and then when they hatch, release them back to the wild. But definitely, we want to try to keep them down in the ground if possible. That does the best job for these little turtles. And turtles are really, they're dwindling in numbers. They're fantastic in our environment, but it's becoming an issue now that we got to start paying attention to turtles and make sure that they stay a part of Wisconsin's wonderful natural habitat.
All right, Jesse, make sure you take care of these turtle eggs because we need that.
A lot of responsibility.
I'm a little confused,
There's a lot of
Lori. So what?
responsibility.
The turtle, they give birth, or they hatch the eggs, and then they just say deuces. They're out. Like the mom turtle doesn't stick around.
Nope. She says, peace out. I got better things to do. Good luck, kids. Have a great day.
I ain't going to lie to you.
She's a deadbeat
I'm not
mom.
sure I really appreciate what the mom turtles do. I don't know if that's the right. Can we? Is that the normal? Is that just that's how it is? Because that doesn't feel right to me.
That's just how nature is. And in the reality of it all, they lay that many eggs because not that many make it to adulthood. So it's kind of playing the numbers. How many can make it to adulthood to carry on the species? Some do become food for other animals. Some will live a long, long life. But yeah, once those turtles hatch, it is on your own, kids. Get to the water. Good luck. I'll never see you again from the mom.
Wow. Happy Mother's Day.
Tough.
Happy Father's Day.
Lori, Becca and I have been talking. We've been looking at trying to get a puppy here pretty soon.
Oh, jeez.
Do we have to?
Let's see how you do with these turtles before you do.
We were kind of hoping early August, but now, if these baby turtles are going to be showing up at the same time as a little puppy, that seems problematic.
Well, and that's why putting just a little cover over this nest would make a big difference because it's a good way to teach boundaries to a new puppy, and then you can monitor it as well. You'll see the digging and the movement in the ground when they're starting to hatch, and then make sure you keep the puppy on one side of the yard. You're transferring turtles back into the retention pond, and it's a win-win-win for everyone.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
It is a great trial for Jesse to see if he can graduate to puppy ownership and then perhaps at someday parenthood as well. Lori, I reached out to you yesterday because, as I told you, our girls, we've brought injured birds and squirrels, and you guys, I mean, what you do at the Bay Beach Wildlife Sanctuary, it's just such a great thing that we have up here in Green Bay. Jesse's in Sun Prairie, so if I have to, and it comes to needing to incubate these turtle eggs, I will go pick them up from him in Sun Prairie and bring them to you. One last thing before you go and save the lives of more animals, though.
Okay.
I want this to be a positive experience for Jesse, but I also want to be able to be clear on this. Was it appropriate for he and Becca to shoo away turtle mom number 2, who was trying to leave her eggs also in his yard? I was a little disappointed to hear that he didn't want more eggs.
Well, it's better that nobody got hurt, turtle or human. And it was good that she was asked to move on to a different area instead of while she was laying eggs, before she laid the eggs. And it's okay for you to gently and respectfully move wildlife onto different areas. So that is okay.
Gently and respectfully, he moved them out of his yard.
Turtles can be fast. We learned that yesterday, if they want to be.
She had eggs to lay. She was in a hurry. Lori, thanks for making time for us. We appreciate your insights. If people want to know more about the Bay Beach Wildlife Sanctuary, how they can support it, all those types of things, where do they go?
Absolutely. BayBeachWildlife.com. Check out our Facebook page, Bay Beach Wildlife Green Bay. We are here 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. We are here to help people with wildlife questions and wildlife rehabilitation. And it has been a pleasure. Thank you so much for having me on today.
Oh, we were thrilled to have you. Thanks, Lori. All right, Jesse, do you feel like
Lori.
you're better prepared for helping? You've got a lot. I got to be honest. Lori gave you a lot of responsibility here. Now you're going to build a little chicken wire deal.
Yep.
Are you up to the challenge, Jesse J. Nelson?
Becca will be. Yeah. I couldn't
And
even handle.
I expect an update as well, how things are going.
Based on how the plants
he'll be chronicling this whole thing.
Based on how the plants went while she was gone for 2 weeks, I think she's in charge of the turtles.
All right. Thanks, Lori. All right. I think we should get these turtles their own Instagram account or something, and Jesse can be updating it on a daily basis.
Yeah. Let me worry about the chicken wire first.
All right. That is. We appreciate Lori's help. Tausch, your level of confidence in Jesse's ability to protect these turtles from the challenges that they are facing?
The good news is he can go to Fleet Farm and probably get everything he needs to take care of these turtles. So I feel like he's going to chronicle this. He's going to create content with it, and he is going to do his best to take care of these turtles. How many eggs are there?
We saw at least 3 or 4 come out, and I think there were more.
All right, if I'm prize picking it, I put it at 2, and I think I go less. I think you get 1 turtle out of this whole deal.
Well, we'll all be following along, and we thank Lori for her insights. Tausch is right. You can get everything. I never thought I would say this on this program. You get everything you need for your little turtle colony at Fleet Farm. Not only does Fleet Farm have everything you need to build a little home for your brand new turtle family, they also have great Dad's Day deals for you for Father's Day, because Lord knows we're not celebrating Mother's Day with this Turtles, moms. At Fleet Farm, you can stop by and find the best apparel brands like Columbia, Under Armour, and more. And you can pick up something for every dad that they will enjoy. Plus, you'll find, if you find a lower price, Fleet Farm will match it. So pick up everything you need. Also, for your summer fishing trip with Dad at Fleet Farm, you can check out their wide selection of rods, reels, lures, and more from top brands like Berkley and Rapala. Fleet Farm, your summer fishing and turtle habitat building headquarters. The 11 o'clock hour starts in 2 minutes. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin, the ESPN app, and Wisconsin On Demand.
Mark Tauscher here to tell you a little bit more about Everlight Solar. We all know that electricity costs are on the rise. That's why you need to talk to my friends over at Everlight Solar. Their local team here in Madison is here to keep it simple. From your no-cost consultation to solar panel installation, the team at Everlight Solar will be with you every step of the way. Not only will they help you save money, but by switching to solar, you're also helping save the planet. Everlight Solar, a proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. Check them out at everlightsolar.com.
Hey, this is Craig Karmas, and join Kyle Wallace and me every Sunday morning for Sunday Karma on a Good Karma Brands radio station, 100.5 ESPN, WTLX, Monona, Madison.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good morning, Madison, and streamers everywhere. I'm Jesse Nelson. Sports Center brought to you by 5 Star Painting, your residential and commercial professional painters for interiors, exteriors, kitchen cabinets, decks, and fences. Check them out at 5starpainting.com. The Wisconsin Badgers and Ohio State Buckeyes meet on Saturday, October 28th at Camp Randall Stadium, and report yesterday says that game should take place in prime time, 6:30, Halloween weekend at Camp Randall, televised on NBC. Meanwhile, some more Badgers fun last night on a special edition of the Great Dane Huddle. Barry Alvarez joined the show, talked about his excitement for head coach Luke Fickell taking over the Badger football program.
Our people like the excitement. They like the energy within the program. You know, the fact that Luke had some players from Cincinnati. Now, his Cincinnati players, the transfers that are coming in, the recruiting class, I think they went out and really hit it hard. It's a very aggressive staff. I'm excited.
Find the full interview with Barry Alvarez, Great Dane Huddle podcast on Wisconsin On Demand. U.S. Open leaderboard update brought to you by Pinehurst Resort. At Pinehurst, it's someone's U.S. Open every day. Visit Pinehurst.com now to plan your stay. Ricky Fowler, Xander Schauffele, still your co-leaders at 8 under par.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
I'm not giving up, no, not yet. Even when I'm down on my last breath. Even when they say there's nothing left. So don't give up on. I'm not giving up, no, not me. Even when nobody else believes. I'm not going down that easily. So don't give up on me.
All right, we were going to talk a little bit about something Barry Alvarez said on the Great Dane Huddle. We'll do that coming up. But Jesse is now being inundated with text messages about his turtle parenting opportunity, including I just got a message from your friend Ron in the Key congratulating you on your impending turtle fatherhood.
Thanks, Ron.
Happy Father's Day, turtle dad Jesse.
I'm a turtle dad.
Well, not yet. You're not.
Well, yeah, I guess there's a little ways to go. John in Verona says maybe the best non-sports segment of all time on this show. I don't even know if it was the best non-sports segment today, unless you count the tree and Tausch playing golf as sports.
That's pretty hard to top, quite frankly. That's got a lot of mileage out of that tree as well.
I don't appreciate Terry in New London and some of the other people saying, if Jesse can't handle turtles, is it possible he can't handle kids or puppies or whatever?
Oh, there's some skeptics.
Somebody struck a nerve with old boy.
That's a little rude. So Josh DiMaggio said Lori was really great at saying "tough luck, bucko."
Yeah, she did say it very nicely.
She did say "tough luck, bucko" as great as she possibly could. I mean,
is there any other? Because animals do things differently, but it seems like turtles are real absentee mothers. Is there another species that is more?
Here. No doubt.
Here you go. Like, what on earth? What mom is going to go drop 4 eggs in Jesse Nelson's backyard and say, "Good luck,"
and leave Jesse to take care of them?
No wonder turtles are becoming extinct. That's really what because listen, birds do. They build their nest, but then they come back and keep the eggs warm. What other animals are as absentee as turtles? And Laura's like, oh, yeah, that's just how they do it.
Do fish do that?
Well, I think we found a couple of issues that you're dealing with here, Laura. I didn't realize that.
I don't know if I've ever, it goes against everything I've ever learned about animals, because the motherly instinct for animals is they protect the young no matter what, right?
You think a mama bear's just leaving the cubs? No. So just so I'm on the same page here, the mom drops some eggs, buries them in Nelson's yard. Thank you, Irick. And then says, "The hell with it, I'm out of here." Jesse, take care of my eggs. That's what happens. The mom doesn't come back at all.
All right, so I've got.
Is that what happens?
Yes. I've done a little research here. Apparently, in the reptilian area, this is very commonplace. Which turtles are kind of reptile-ish.
They're reptiles.
Snakes do this. Lizards like geckos and chameleons do this.
I mean, it's on brand for a snake to do it. They're slimy. They're sneaky.
And then this is troubling to me because I've always found these animals to be very cute. Some animal mothers abandon offspring in favor of a single child.
Oh, they choose a favorite.
Oh, boy.
Wow.
You talk about the tier system. Wow.
Pandas almost always have twins, but abandon one twin to the wild.
Just wait, panda bears do that?
Wow.
A panda mom
cute.
makes her selection based on strength, choosing the child she believes has the better chance of survival.
Oh, my God.
I'm out on pandas.
This animal kingdom is tough. You don't realize this until you actually dig in. The panda.
I've never been more disappointed in an animal than panda moms who choose their favorite and say, "You, good luck, bucko," or whatever it was.
Tough luck,
well, at
bucko.
least the panda's picking one.
Yeah, true.
It's still, the turtle is putting its offspring in the hands of people they don't know. They have no clue, and they found. I think Jesse's going to crush this. I think they're going to go to Fleet Farm. I think they're going to go get this little hut, and they're going to protect these eggs, and they're going to get a couple of turtles to term. That's what I think is going to happen.
God, I hope so. That would be great.
Daryl and
either that or Jesse's going to fry up turtle eggs for breakfast in a couple of days, and we're not going to hear the end of it.
Do you think the mother turtle will be jealous of her kid turtles?
Was that Coonan?
No.
That had to be
Daryl
Coonan.
in Deerfield. Maybe the best text
Oh,
of the
my
day.
God.
Apparently we have a nice
That is
yard,
really
so yeah, maybe she is jealous.
That's such an outstanding text. That shows a real commitment to the program is what that shows. Thank you, Daryl. All right, I do want to hear from Barry Alvarez, Tausch, and every time you've been telling us about AmFam lately, you've also been mentioning them in conjunction with the Badgers. So this is a perfect segue into what Barry had to say on the Great Dane Huddle.
It is, and I think Barry is excited. I know I'm excited. I think all Badger fans are excited about this upcoming season. And American Family Insurance, they want to give Badger fans a shot, you and a friend, a VIP experience at a Badger football or basketball game during the 2023 season. You and a friend will receive pregame, sideline, or courtside passes, a tour of the facility, tons of merch to support your Wisconsin Badgers. Enter today at amfam.com/Badgers. That's amfam.com/Badgers. No purchase is necessary. Insure carefully. Dream fearlessly.
We'll hear from Barry Alvarez next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Mark Toscher here, and it's another Feel Good Friday on Wilde and Tausch, painted by Home and Lindsay Paints. Stick around to hear some of the best feel-good stories of the week to close out today's show and to start the weekend right. Don't wait too long this summer to get started on your home's paint project. When you're ready to get started, do what my family did. Trust the pro painters at Home and Lindsay Paints. And from the summer heat to winter blizzards, Home and Lindsay is the one paint that can withstand the challenges of Wisconsin's weather year-round. That's why it's truly Wisconsin's best paint. Get connected with the pro painter best for what your project calls for by stopping into any Madison area Home and Lindsay location and simply asking a member of the team. Home and Lindsay, great paint, great people. Check them out at homeandlindsay.com and stick around for Feel Good Friday coming up to close out today's show, painted by Home and Lindsay Paints.
This weekend on ESPN Radio, the rivalry continues. The New York Yankees storm into Fenway Park and go head-to-head with the Boston Red Sox. Coverage begins Saturday at 6 Eastern and Sunday at 6:30 Eastern on ESPN Radio.
Hi, I'm Madison Money Guy, Christian Finfrock with Retirement Income Strategies. And what sets us apart is we're an independent, family-run office. We help clients like you understand the financial world and build a portfolio that's in your best interest. To learn more, go to MadisonMoneyGuy.com.
Welcome to Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. May I take your order?
Yeah, I'd like 9 windows, please. I'm hoping they'll match my home.
Have it your way.
Excuse me? We're talking about windows, right?
Yes. Pella's design options are virtually limitless, even more customized than your coffee.
So you're like my personal barista for windows and doors.
Exactly. And if you customize your order by August 31st, you can bundle and save big.
Good deal.
Get started today at PellaWI.com.
From color-changing alexandrite to shimmering zircon and everything in between at Chalmers Jewelers, you'll find high-quality, affordable, one-of-a-kind pieces. We source straight from the gem cutters and we manufacture in-house from start to finish. As the manufacturer, we believe in truth in pricing. Never pay more for quality and stunning, beautiful jewelry. She's one of a kind, and so should her jewelry be. While others may send your jewelry dreams to someone else to make, with us, your dreams become reality with the help of our custom jewelers, with you involved the whole way. With a staff that has over 200 years of combined experience, why buy from a place that marks up jewelry made by the thousands? When you can buy direct from Chalmers for that one-of-a-kind piece that is better quality, often for less.
Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton
And Madison.
I was rolling my rig on a Crescent City run with my hands on the wheel looking into the sun. With a flash, I became temporarily blind by a plate glass truck I was tailing behind. Next thing I know, I'm in the side of a ditch with a bent rear wheel and a broken off hitch. But I was hauling again in just a short while, 'cause Truck Star Collision is on my speed dial.
Do you operate a fleet, whether it's heavy-duty 18-wheelers or medium-duty delivery vans? And does vehicle downtime make you cringe? Time is money, and a fleet vehicle on the sideline hurts, because you need your fleet to be up and running 100% of the time. If one of your heavy or medium-duty fleet vehicles is out of commission, Truck Star Collision Center in Deerfield will get it back on the road quickly. Since Truck Star is a full-service facility, the complete repair is done in-house, saving you time and money. And remember, they're able to repair both heavy and medium-duty vehicles. Truck Star Collision Center, minutes off I-94 in Deerfield. Call 888-400-1002 or log on to truckstarcollision.com.
Join us at the Madison Parade of Homes, exclusively sponsored by Nuns, June 16th to 25th. Visit and get inspired. Go to MadisonParadeOfHomes.com and purchase your tickets today.
Wilde and Tausch on 100.5 ESPN is brought to you by Everlight Solar. Save money, save the planet. Everlight Solar.
Well, Jesse gets ready for his impending turtle fatherhood. You got plenty of time to lead into it, by the way, which is good. The father of Badger football chimed in on Luke Fickell and the direction of the current program. Jesse, correct me if I'm wrong. I don't remember hearing Barry Alvarez. Like, I know that he released a statement after they hired Fickell, but was this really the first time he's spoken at length about the Luke Fickell hiring, to your knowledge?
To my knowledge, I cannot confirm that he's spoken anywhere else. Now, he may have, but I don't remember hearing it if he did. So I know he released a statement right after the hiring saying it was very exciting for the future of the program and all that fun stuff. But, yeah, as far as I know, I think this is one of the first times he's really spoken about, at length, like you said, about Fickell being hired as the new head coach.
So here he is discussing it on the Great Dane Huddle. This is Barry Alvarez discussing the direction of the football program at the University of Wisconsin under Luke Fickell.
I think it's good. I think our people like the excitement. They like the energy within the program. You know, the fact that Luke had some players from Cincinnati. Now, look at some of the players that last year were drafted and went in and were effective in the NFL from Cincinnati as true rookies. So his Cincinnati players, the transfers that are coming in, the recruiting class, I think they went out and really hit it hard. It's a very aggressive staff. I'm excited. I wasn't in town for the spring game, so I haven't seen him practice. A lot of new players. I've known Luke a long time. And what he did at Cincinnati is big time. You know, taking the first non-Power 5 team into the playoffs. And so he knows what it takes to win, what type of player it takes. And at Cincinnati, they don't have any 5 stars. They're coaching the heck out of them. So I'm really excited about the future of our program.
Did he just Keyshawn Johnson that a little bit, though?
A little bit. I haven't seen the team. But
I was out of town for spring practice, but I'm really excited about what they've got. Is that what he just did?
Well, I think it's different when you say it that way about recruiting. And, Tanner Mordecai's got a lot more film than Jordan Love has from when he was at SMU. And, you see the recruiting and the stars that come with it. That's different than just blatantly say, Jordan Love, I don't know about him, but I think he's going to be a Pro Bowler. That's a different level for Barry there.
Okay. Tausch, he's right about the excitement level, but it's also fair to say we don't really know what it's going to look like. I was talking to somebody who covered most of the spring practices, and they were talking about how Tanner Mordecai looked really good throughout spring practice, and then obviously the launch did not go well for him. He did not play well.
Yeah, he struggled a little bit in that, and I think one of the things that we have to keep reminding ourselves, everybody's excited with the bat signal and kind of what Barry was saying there with the new energy, the recruiting, and how these guys are approaching it, but it still takes some time. And I think Badger fans that switch is flipped. The expectation game, that has not changed. I don't think people are looking at this saying, if we go 8-4, that's a pretty good year. 7-5, and we get to a bowl game. I just don't think that's where Badger fans' heads are. I think we have already moved forward, and thinking with some of the transfers that have been brought in and new quarterback and that whole new approach that this team is going to have, that it's going to just go. And I think the expectations are higher for the Wisconsin Badgers than they are for the Green Bay Packers. and I think it's by a substantial margin. And a lot of it has to do with the schedule and the fact that we feel like this is going to be a team that's probably only going to be underdogs in one game, maybe two out of their 12. So the battle, or the interesting part of this from the outside, is you want to have realistic expectations, but you don't want to tamp down the enthusiasm. And how Wisconsin goes about doing that, and how the program and how our fans do, it's going to be, I don't want to tamp down expectations. I think we should view this as, like it has been in the past, hey, let's go 11-1, and if Ohio State beats us, we're not there yet. Is that going to be the case? I would think there'll be more hiccups than that, but I think that's how Badger fans are feeling is, hey, we got a bunch of new enthusiasm that the expectations are we better win this last year of the West, because all of a sudden next year it's going to be a big old jumble, and it's going to get a lot tougher. Let's take advantage, even though I think everybody feels like the trajectory of the program is heading in the right way.
So how do you balance that? You talked about expectations, and I think you're right. I do think the expectations are higher for Wisconsin football than for the Packers. At the same time, we're talking about the excitement of the bat signal and everything else, and look, there are certainly some name players that we are familiar with that are returning, right? Braylon Allen, chief among them. But they had some really good players go to the NFL, and they've got a lot of players that are part of the transfer portal recruiting process that we don't know a whole hell of a lot about, right? Especially at the quarterback position. So how do you balance, especially someone who follows them as closely as you and knows as much as you do? Because you don't really, I don't want to Keyshawn Johnson you here, but how much of an idea do you have about this team, honestly?
I think you feel like the defense is going to be ahead, and what I saw in the spring game is the defense is ahead. Wisconsin, obviously, it looks a lot different than what we're accustomed to. It's more spread out. It's more, I think, taking advantages of 6-man boxes and trying to get Braylon Allen more space so that they can run the ball more effectively. But there's still, you can look at it and say, well, we're going to be markedly better than last year. Well, you have some transfers that have come in, and you have some young players that have hopefully elevated themselves, but Keanu Benton's gone. Herbig is gone. You have a couple of guys that were very high producers. But I do believe that this defense under Tressel, I think you're going to see this defense be really good. That has been a staple with Jimmy Leonard, who we all love Jimmy. That has always been a staple of what this team is. The offensive side of it, just like up in Green Bay. We got hope. We hope Mordecai's the guy. We hope that he's a more efficient passer than what we've seen in the past. And when you look at how the spring went, all reports were everything is going pretty doggone good. And then you had a bunch of turnovers and some throws that you'd look at and say, So there's a lot of uncertainty, and it's really hard to make any type of predictions on that other than the fact that it's going to look a lot different. And as I said earlier in the show, different isn't always good. Different can be great, and different can just be different. I think we all hope that this different is going to make a big difference on what this offense can do from an efficiency standpoint.
It's a lot of difference in there. Speaking of different, though, and I just want to go back to the offense for a second. You mentioned the 2 losses on defense to the draft. Joe Tippmann, as you mentioned, I think earlier this week, there's a chance he's going to be Aaron Rodgers' starting center.
Yeah.
In New York.
Yep.
And if he's able to do that, I would say that's a pretty big loss for your offensive line, that a guy who's able to start as a rookie is no longer on your offensive line. On top of that, we had Phil Longo on the show not that long ago, and it is a vastly, what'd you think? No, that didn't work?
Pretty good.
All right.
That was pretty good.
Unlike when you arrived, right, at Wisconsin, and the Barry Alvarez Wisconsin football brand offensively was very much set. Mm-hmm. We keep hearing Matt LaFleur being asked, and we had some fun with receivers and tight ends, how long is it realistic to think it's going to take for the Wisconsin offense to figure out what the heck it's doing with college kids and with new transfers into the program? I guess they're all starting from scratch at least, but what do you expect there?
Yeah, I mean, the good thing is the difference in college and pro is, you have Buffalo. You have some teams that you'd hope you can get out in front of, but Washington State came into Wisconsin and beat us last year.
Yeah.
So that lead-up time in building and trying to figure out what you're going to be good at, and not a lot of it. You're going to have to get a lot of that done in camp and get a better feel for what your football team's going to be. So I would expect there to be some hiccups. I don't think this is going to be this system is just so good. Systems are great. Players make systems. Everybody that will say, this guy's a system quarterback. Yeah, that's fine. You can get away with, just being a guy if that's the case for a little bit. But when you're playing the big dogs and when you're trying to take the next steps, you better utilize the talent you have. And I think everybody over there knows Braylon Allen is somebody that needs to be utilized. You're still going to lean on him as being the centerpiece of whatever you're doing. Don't matter how many great 3, 4, 5-star wideouts you got, how many great quarterbacks you got. This is still going to be your foundation, and then you build around that until you figure out how you can successfully be efficient moving the ball.
Buffalo on September 2nd at Camp Randall. Washington State in Pullman, Washington on September 9th.
Not easy to play there.
Georgia Southern September 16th at Camp Randall, and then Purdue on the road to open. Georgia Southern, great road team.
Yeah.
Tough team to beat at home. Whoa Nelly is next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, driven by Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie on 100.5 ESPN. See their full inventory at ZimbrickChevrolet.com.
Just look at them. State-of-the-art Honda hybrids, making ecological art out of any conditions they encounter. Rugged, dependable, stylish performance with fuel efficiency and low emissions that'll make a tree hugger blush. What's this phenomenon you're witnessing? It's the future, today. Electrified driving built for Wisconsin. Get your Honda hybrid now at your Wisconsin Heartland Honda dealer. Honda gets Wisconsin.
Olson Toon has been customizing both residential and commercial outdoor living spaces since 1997. Matt Hamilton